Ronbo Sports here, fam. It's going to get worse between now and opening. What am I saying, opening day? That's too far away. Between now and the first preseason game. Stoked! Yes! I can't. We've never had, when you, the first time in your life when you start to get good, nice things. We finally got some nice things. Pro Football Focus has named the 49ers the league's most improved defensive line, and with good reason. And why? Kris Kocurek's new Wide-9 defense is defined as new? Addressing the glaring need at the edges was most likely the biggest obstacle between the 49ers and having a playoff caliber roster going into the 2019 season. You and I both knew that. I've been crying and screaming about that each and every year. Every year we have the same arguments between the 49er fans. We need more edge rushers. We need more secondary players. I was on the edge rusher team, of course. Man, you ain't gonna get nothing done out in the secondary without no pass rush. But this is a passing league. You need secondary help. Now we've addressed both. Hey, they utilized the draft and free agency to make big splashes at the positions and have finally positioned the team to have one of the NFL's best defensive fronts coming up season. The additions of Dee Ford and Nick Bosa were enough for Pro Football Focus to name the 49ers the league's most improved defensive line. Now, there's a difference between the league's most improved defensive line as opposed to the league's best defensive line. Don't get it wrong. Don't start. Man, y'all delusional, man. This ain't the best. I didn't say that. Nobody said that. Just said the 49ers, who had a long way to go, have improved more than anybody else. That's the point, all right? So, hey, and as a matter of fact, the site just tweeted unquestionably the 49ers land our list of most improved. This is PFF, of course. Unquestionably, the 49ers landed our list of most improved defensive lines this offseason after some key additions. PFF Mike just the other day broke it down in easy-to-understand fashion. The additions of Nick Bosa, who accumulated a collegiate pass rush grade from his time at Ohio State, 92.5, and Dee Ford's pro pass prowess ranking, 91.1. That's a lot of dang none, man. Oh, you can pretty much stop there and say, enough said. Oh, God. Sure, I know what you're saying. All the pessimists are out in force these days. All the non-believers, they got to show me. Well, hey, sure they got it. They got to get on the field and demonstrate that those numbers are legit. But who would be foolish enough to bet against them? If you get ready to do that, let me know. Bring your price. Best make it easy on yourself. I'm cocky confident this year. Ford Bosa has a pass rush tandem allow the 49ers to bookend their defensive lines with two, not one, two elite pass rushers, a luxury most teams can only dream of. They can only wish for. 49ers pass group of edge rushers was painfully unproductive last season, and it impacted the entire defense. The 49ers improved horrible situation by trading a 2020 second-round pick for Dee Ford, who posted 13 sacks a season ago. That's one more than the 49ers' best from Deforest Buckner at 12. Bosa had 17.5 sacks in 29 games at Ohio State. I know what you're saying. I know. But you know what? Can you imagine what his sack total would have been had he played more games than he did? Boy, I tell you what, keep that boy healthy. I ain't lying, man. You know that. It's going to be ridiculous out there. I thought last year looking at Bradley Chubb and Von Miller together, I said, man, oh, man, I wish. Man, you. Both were on PFF's highest graded players at the positions last year, and Bosa was in that realm for all three of his college seasons. Adding pressure off both edges should free up the middle for D-Buck, Armstead, Solomon T. We got a new guy. I can't wait to see what he looks like. Contavious I squats up to 1,000 pounds straight. Oh, man. And hey, by the way, as I say, adding pressure off the edges should free up the middle for D-Buck, who still finished 2018 with 12 sacks, as mentioned, along with the rest of the defensive interior. The Ford-Bosa combination should send a positive ripple effect that courses through a defensive line that struggled with consistency in 2018. Consistency? They were consistently bad! Nobody on that line is going to want to be seen as a weak link. See, this kind of thing, you get, if I'm Armstead, Thomas, Street, any of them dudes, I see Dee Ford, Bosa getting work done. You think I'm going to look bad out here? No, I'll do whatever I got to do. If I got to break my neck, people are watching. And they ain't going to make me look like ass. See, this is the kind of attitude you start to get. Now it becomes a competition amongst all across the line. It'll also be crazy exciting to see how new defensive line coach Kris Kocurek changes. He embodies enthusiasm, and he knows what he's talking about, and he teaches skills. That's a great combination. Teams he's been to, Detroit had their best years under him defensively. I mean, they were downright scary when Kris was there running the show. Now, Kris is coming in. Oh, he's got some bodies to work with now. So it's also going to be crazy exciting to see how he does. New personnel is helpful, but only if it's deployed correctly, and that's what it's being done right now. A new wider setup along the defensive line will give the responsibility of setting the edge in the run game to defensive end. Most likely, Bosa. I know you've heard the stories about Dee Ford being not that good at setting the edge. Mrs. Bosa's baby boy don't play that. He will. And I got a feeling that it's probably a little overrated how bad Dee Ford might be at setting the edge. We'll see about that though, because he's going to get a lot of flack for that. We'll see. And they'd rather give it to Bosa rather than give it to a linebacker is what I really mean on that. The switch helps stretch the offensive line and help funnel offenses toward the teeth of the defensive front. You got to picture this. You guys, because the Wide-9, these guys are way out here by the wide X-receivers, man. They're coming in at this angle here like bats out of hell. Both of them can do that. There's Buckner and company waiting. But it's not only Buckner, but the linebackers, Fred, Quan. Oh, man, I tell you, this is the picture in my mind of this is crazy. Ford and Bosa combined with a new alignment could be exactly what the 49ers defense needed to improve this season, even if the secondary continues to struggle. It's going to be hard to imagine that it'll be because of the defensive line getting whooped. It ain't going to happen, y'all. Ain't going to happen. PFF believes they're ready. They're already ready. The most improved unit in the league, and they may only need a few weeks to prove it. All that good stuff. And one of the most skilled and colorful defensive line coaches in the NFL, Kris Kocurek, has just added dimension. Since the 49ers hired defensive line coach Kris Kocurek, the rumblings of a new Wide-9 defense have been floating through the sports pages all over the net. The Wide-9 technique is not a new addition to Robert Saleh's defensive playbook, but using it with higher frequency and two new high-powered edge defenders is going to bring different dividends than the sad days gone by. Because, see, there were times I didn't even realize they were running the Wide-9 last year. I look back at some film and says, okay, that's them trying to run that Wide-9. Look where he is. I'm looking at where sometimes Thomas, sometimes Armstead, and then on the other side, we had, how many guys we have coming up? They were all, you could see who was running the edge, but that's why when people say, what happened on that play, I would be watching, I said, I don't even know what happened, but I do know there was a lot of space all of a sudden through there, but that was a missed everything. This is the thing. I'm hoping that the coaching staff this year can actually get these guys on cue. I know you're going to blame Robert Saleh, but the thing is, you got guys working with you that they have to get it done. Saleh can't do it by himself. Hey, just a quick look, though, at the bit of defensive line terminology and alignment. As you already know, the 49ers run a base 4-3 over and under. And over front is when the defensive line aligns with the strong or closed side of the offensive formation. And under front is the opposite of that, right? Defensive line shifts to the weak or open side of the formation. All right. Now, you can follow along with this, but this is just some food for thought for you to think about during the course of the season. Defensive line assignments are described by numbers and letters, each corresponding to a specific spot on the line of scrimmage. For example, zero technique, you know what that is? It's heads up on the center. A 2-eye technique is the inside shoulder of the guard, and a 6 technique is head up on the wide receiver. That's where you get, well, let me go on. A 9 technique is a strong side defensive end, or SAM, playing the outside shoulder of the wide receiver. A wide 9 is the same player about 2 or 3 yards off the wide receiver. You get a picture of that? These guys are spread out, and that's for a reason, too. Leo is the open or weak side defensive end, and he'll usually be in a 5 or 6 technique. Keep my hands up out of the camera right now. The DC calls out, Wide-9! Wide-9! And then he'll force the opposing tackle or tight end into a one-on-one situation against a very athletic defensive end. This is doomsday. See, because now it's one-on-one with a terrorizing dude that's going to come off that edge with a bat out of hell. He's got a head of steam coming up because he's had room to move. Oh, man, he's avoiding blocking. He's coming in with momentum. Further, a talented edge defender can collapse the B and C gaps, forcing the running back to cut against the grain or back into a C of Kwaski T, Quan Alexander, Fred Warner, whoever's playing safety, here they come. I'm telling you, man, oh, I love it. To give you another picture, it's like a basketball player who moves without the ball and creates open shots for his teammates, right? You guys, you got Steph Curry running around out there just so his other splash brother can take the pressure off of him. Comes in, boink, same principle. As I say, a great edge defender can seal off a ball carrier's escape route as well, allowing others to make a tackle for the loss. There are ways it can be defensed against this particular kind of defense, but it depends on the personnel involved in the defense is what it is. How can that be countered? 2 capable edge defenders, whether playing from a wide 9 or 6 technique, force the opposition into protection dilemma. Now, providing help for a tackle leaves the offense with 1 less receiver in a route or opens gaps on the offensive line. If the offense calls tug protection, the tackle and guard exchange assignments. The tackle blocks down, the guard steps around for the linebacker or defensive lineman. Now, another option is a tag block, where the tackle and guard once again trade jobs. The tackle blocks down, and the guard pulls around to hook the defensive end over the tackle. Either situation forces a slower guard to try and stop a freight train off the edge and clear space for interior stunts, like quick or delayed me games. Let me go on. If Ford and Bosa keep blowing by a tackle, the quarterback can use jet protection, which slides 4 linemen to one side, while the running back can tackle. This is the one I enjoy the most. After they slide to that side, now it forces the running back and tackle protect the other. But can you imagine any running back in the NFL willingly wanting to stay in and block Bosa and Ford all day long? Tight ends don't want to be bothered with that. I'm going to be a running back. I go what? $2.15 maybe? Man, no. Flexibility creates problems for the offense. Let me quote the late Arnsparger, Bill Arnsparger. It is mandatory, this is a quote, it is mandatory that the defense be flexible and capable of presenting problems to the offense and developing blocking patterns and coverage variations. Mixing the 3- and 4-man line fronts allows a defense to create problems for the offense. Salah, he buys into this philosophy, always has and employs multiple variations and hybrid looks to his defensive line using 3-man, 5-man, and double A gap looks. He's also flipped the edge positions around, moving his Leo to a wide 9 and played his strong side and head up on the wide receiver. He's done this in the past, but it didn't work because the personnel was weak. That is confusing and obviously keeps the offensive line guessing and the quarterback sweating or shouting protection audibles till he's blue in the face. I'm looking at this coming up. I'm calling time all the time. That's the main reason to showcase different fronts. You know what? This is why I already see Jared Goff. Goff's going to be standing there because you know how he needs McVay to babysit him through every play. This is how the deer in the headlight comes up, and I got a feeling that's what Kyle Shanahan has pointed out. The more complicated the defensive scheme, the more the Rams are going to struggle and suffer. Goff does not have the wherewithal or the IQ to deal with these things immediately. He will go down in a heap, look for the interceptions, and Goff getting killed this year. Oh, I can't wait. And by the way, one thing that I was concerned about was whether Dee Ford and Nick were only going to stay in a permanent setup with Dee always at the Leo and Bosa at the big end. That is not going to be an issue. In Week 8 performance against Denver last season, Ford played 60 snaps on the left side of the defensive against Denver while lining up on the right side 5 times. Now, last season in total, Dee Ford played over 1,100 total snaps, 700 of them on the left side and just over 400 on the right. He's already had to talk about Nick about this. Look, we ain't playing the same position every week. We go switch this up because we don't know what kind of defense we're going to be in, but we're going to offer some. See, Dee Ford is already on this page of multiple fronts, confusing, doing all kind of weird things to throw the OC off. I'm telling you right now, fam, we are going to be so excited about this defense this year that when Jimmy G and the guys come out on the field, we're just be thinking, man, hurry up, man. Score them points, man. Get that defense out there, man, because them boys is entertaining. Woo! God, I can't wait. Mr. Skinner, thank you so much. What's up? He says, what's up, Ronbo? I'm feeling better. I had much fun 21. All right. Justin, yeah, that's right. You were there the other day, huh? Kenneth Jennings can't the season start already. The Spence is killer. Kenny, it's coming, fam. And thanks for the contribution. Jorge. Thank you, Jorge. Right. Oh, man. Hey. And there he is, my boy Salvador. This is it. Thanks, Sal. I tell you, man, every time I look at that, I think to myself, man, that's not all. There's going to be more. Those guys, Buckner's going to be there all the time, but Armstead, I figured they're not going to run Bosa. I suspect. I'm going to call this right now. You're going to see just Solomon T out there he's going to be spelling Bosa on occasion. I got a feeling they're going to see if they can make that work. We'll see. All right, because there's no point keeping Bosa out there all the time. And if something happens, you want Solomon T to be up to speed. Peter Gorman, Niners, what up? Bob Money, my 49ers need to play like Liverpool Soccer Club. They won their 6th UEFA Champions League yesterday. Jeff Tan says, Devo got some new partners. Void, I'd pass, rush, addressed. Stack those sacks, click, clack. Ah! Jerry Fresh. He inspired me to start making my 49er Focus videos. Jerry, good. He's currently editing the one now. Thanks for all the support. Jerry, man, nothing but love to you, fam. And Sats Montgomery, what's up? Star Town countdown to August 10th. And there's Justin gets his what's up, y'all. First, I want to say thank you for the birthday wishes, and I'm feeling better now. Had a little too much fun on my 21st. Hey, that's right. Did we celebrate his birthday already? 4-9 for life, red go. Let's get it popping. Local 49ers fan, I'd like to apply to be the attorney and head defense for the J-Dub Bunch. Here you go. Local 49ers fan, you're already part of the firm. And, of course, you want to take the lead, you can. I'm just going to keep Buford Cheatham is going to be ready to back you up as well. All right. Speaking of the birthday boy, looks like he's on the wire right now. Justin. Justin, what's up, man?
How you doing? I'm feeling a lot better, even though I still got a little cough. You
sound like you was in last night's. You sound like you were at a cage match, man. I mean, are you gonna be okay?
I will be okay. I had a little too much fun. I will say that, but I got to be an advocate for when you drink, please drink responsibly. Please, to my people who are just turning 21 in the chat, if you guys. Please don't do what I did.
When you say drink responsibly, you mean knowing the quick, because you weren't driving after you started drinking, were you?
No, I made sure I had someone to drive me.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
You'll learn about drinking. See, because at 21, it's such a fun thing to go in and explore your new freedom. And then after you miss, if you go out every Friday or Saturday or whatever night, after you miss a month or two of Saturday and Sunday, you start to walk it back a little bit. Start thinking, no, wait, is this really fun? Yeah. Or do I need to calm this down? You know what I'm saying? Because I need to see what the weekend looks like, you know? You'll get it. You'll be okay.
Yeah, I will. Yeah. Justin, I learned my lesson.
Justin, did we do the happy birthday song for you already?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, last time we saw, because I was worried about catching you before.
I had a headache and I was there.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, Justin, what's on your mind, man? You got a defensive line that even the worst critic, and they're still out there crying about, they ain't proved nothing yet, man, and this dude's going to get hurt, and I already know, and, man, they ain't did nothing, man. What do you think's coming up, man?
Well, I like the defensive line right now. The one person I'm worried for is Street, Katavius Street. I'm really worried about him. I'm worried where he's going to fit. I'm worried where he's going to fit because, do you move on the inside, do you move on the outside, because you got a lot of people on the outside running. You got Bosa, you got Dee Ford. You got a lot of people on the outside, that easily, and you got Buckner as well. So I'm wondering where he's going to fit. Well, now, can he possibly move him to tackle?
No, Buckner's not going to be on the outside. You know what? I see Contavious at the big end on occasion, too. What I want to know is there's places to put these guys. I'm trying to the rotation. Sometimes I think these guys, just like any position, you need to get into a rhythm. So that's my concern. How you going to divide these times up? Because I think Jimmy G's going to keep that offense. The 49ers offense is going to be on the field. I figure long minutes. You know how you look at the clock at the end of the game and you see how many defensive minutes versus offensive minutes? Mm-hmm. I see that offensive clock being bigger. But what are you thinking about that? Because Contavious Street, we're going to see what he does best, whether it's inside or outside, coming up in the preseason anyway.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think, I think our front seven's set. I think our front seven's set. I think Bosa will be bounced back. They got to find out where he plays well at. He's got to figure out where he plays more dominant because you don't want to force him into a situation where he's not going to be successful. So, it's all about finding players where they are successful. You can't force a player to play like I didn't. Even though I hate this guy, I don't hate this guy. I hate how we still kept him, Jimmy Ward. I don't feel like he should have been a cornerback. I feel like he should have been safety the whole time. I feel like the only reason we put in a cornerback is because we're down on cornerbacks. Yeah. That's the only reason. But
and that just shows you how bad our cornerbacks were. That Ward was better than any one of them, too. See, that's the thing.
Yeah.
That's not true now, though.
And then I see everybody complaining about Dante Johnson, and I'm like, yo, y'all realize he's just a body? He's just a camp body? Like,
I know.
What the hell?
And the only reason he got called up is because Ward went into the hospital.
Yeah. He's a camp body.
Reason.
Like, y'all need to chill. I know nothing but 49ers need to chill on that. Have you listened to these guys? Nothing but 49ers on they go live on YouTube like every once in a while. But they were freaking out. I'm over here like it's a camp body.
I've not seen them in a while, but it's true. And also the writers have already explained that and said as soon as Ward went down, there was a void left in the cornerback room because Contavious came over to the safety spot, right, to take for Jimmy Ward. So now they call in another camp body to come in and take that spot. Now, I don't know, Justin, if he comes in and does a good enough job to stay, that's another story, but I don't see it coming.
He won't. He won't because, he's been with us for like 5 years, He's been all right. He's only had 2 interceptions his whole entire time with us.
And one was not his. It was Eric Reed.
Yeah. So I'm saying, I don't see it much. If the Seahawks did away with him, we'll pretty much do it. But we just need to calm down.
Not only the Hawks. I think he went to 2 other teams as well. No.
So just relax.
Dante's the last.
Camp body.
Yeah, can't Dante. If Dante makes his team, I'd be shocked. Although, Justin, make a comparison between Dante. No, actually, Greg Maben is the one who came in and saved him when we played against the Texans.
No. Johnson. If anything, I'll probably take Johnson over Maven. To be honest, I'm being honest.
You do remember
Maven
Johnson
was getting burnt like crazy last year. Maven was getting burnt like crazy last year. The only thing he did, and I'll give him credit on this, was a recovered fumble. The recovered fumble that was pounced out by freaking, what's his name? That safety. We just moved the safety. Forget his name. Not Harris, the other one.
Not Tavares. Not Moore.
That's Tavares Moore when he pumped out the football and Maven recovered. That's the only thing he did. That's the only thing he's ever done for us. That's it. Other than that, garbage.
We lost. Hey, we lost. We lost to the Green Bay Packers. That was Maven. They ran the same play on him twice. He bit
3 times. Three times in a row, and he fell for it. He fell for 3 times in a row. I was like, oh my god. Yeah, I don't understand, But hey, that's all. Pretty much. Yeah, I don't know. Our offensive line's got to get better though. That offensive line's got to get better. A lot better.
Not a lot. I tell you what, Justin. If Weston Richburg's healthy, what you have to understand is this: offensive lines progressively get better. It takes a time, more than one season. Last year was their first year together. This is their second year together. You're going to see a different offensive line than you saw last year.
Yeah.
Some of the protections and things that we're complaining about in Kyle Shanahan's offense. First of all, there's too many rollouts, bootlegs, and play action to be so overly concerned about how long the offensive line holds. What their specialty has to be is run block. As soon as Kyle Shanahan establishes the run, now teams, he has them on the ropes. He can do what he wants with them. G will be getting into that ball at such a rate that you're not going to have to be overly concerned about the offensive line holding for long periods of time. I think that's what people are talking about when they say the offensive line's not that good. Because as far as that goes, the run game last year was on point. Guess who was providing that? That same offensive line is getting a lot of criticism. Yeah. So I wouldn't worry about them, especially in their second year together. So,
I'm saying also I'll finish up with this. And can the 49ers please sign Joe Staley to a 3-year deal? Please, I'm begging.
3 more years?
I'm begging the 49ers. 3 more years, at least 3 more years. Give us 3 more freaking years, okay? We need to win at least 1 ring for Joe. At least one ring. We need to at least put a ring on him, okay?
And would it be interesting
I'm begging
in that
for
third
it.
year?
Do not screw this up. Do not screw this up with Boone like you did with Boone, Yapati, all of the other guys. Please sign him and be done with it.
I think they're going to do it. Because they love Joe, man. If for no other reason but the Joe show, he's got to stay within the organization.
I'm begging, man. Please don't screw it up. Please, John. Please don't screw it up. Just sign him, man.
Tell you what, birthday boy, go relax, and I'm gonna see you tomorrow. All right?
Yeah, I'm about to drink some lemonade for my throat.
There you go. Put some honey in it, so it sticks to the throat area. There you go. You be all right.
I do want to finish off with saying that I want to pay tribute to the people whose innocent lives were lost in a Virginia shooting. I heard about that over the weekend, and it's pretty much sad to say it. So I'll pay a minute tribute for them. And those innocent lives were taken. So I do want to say that our thoughts and prayers are with them. And congratulations to good news. Congratulations to Solomon Thomas. He was awarded a award for his performance last year for his sister's death. He got an award. I think it was yesterday. I believe yesterday or Friday.
Yeah, I did read something about that. Yeah. Yeah, he's campaigning for that movement. All right, we got to go, Justin. I'll look for you tomorrow.
Yes,
all right, have a good night.
Shout out to Big Show. I see you in the comments. I'm gonna reply to you right now.
Night, fam. Hey, Big Show, man. I see him. I see him lurking around.
Mr. Positivity out.
Yeah. Have a good night. All right, and let's see. Oh, it's Okie Niner, man. I've not seen you in a long time. What it do, Ronbo? Yeah, fam. You know what I'm saying. Good to see you. Los Angeles Kenner, the rebuild is over. San Francisco in the house. Tell you what, fam. At some point, Vegas is probably going to go ahead and put up what's going to be the 49ers total sack total. I figure there's going to become a round robin at some point. Because you know how dudes do, man. Let's say the first 2 or 3 games, Bosa's got 2, Ford's got 4, D-Buck's got 3. See, already you've passed last year on pace to go nuts, right? And then they're not going to say to you, they went, yeah, man, we be getting it done. You know what I'm saying? And then you got Ronnie Blair stays on the team. There's all kinds of things that go crazy there. Solomon T. There's not enough body, or there's not enough quarterback over there for everybody to get some. But like I was explaining to you about the Wide-9, somebody's going to be running decoy half the time or drawing offensive linemen. I was looking for Quan Alexander to drop the quarterback too. This is a very sophisticated system, but they got the guys that can do it like we've not had. I'm trying to think of how long it's been since we had personnel like this. Damn, it'll take me too long to think of it. I'll be back on that one. Rod Man, Emerson, Draymond Green may be a special needs person. Is they playing tonight? Because Draymond is definitely got issues, man. Terry Wolf from Richmond, VA. What's up, Terry? Slim and Long, 52. Sup, Empire? Slick 68. If you're 49ers faithful, give me a hell yeah. Target Man, 78. What's good? 9 to 5. Empire Strikes Back, 49ers. Sup, fam? Santos Medina. Sup? Empire Strikes Back, 49ers. Sup? Stark Johnson, I wish we had New England on our schedule. Maybe we will see them in the Super Bowl. See, I ain't going there yet. I'm going to whoop it up for the defense because I don't care what anybody says. That defense is tough. And you got to be careful about the Super Bowl, though. Ooh. Don't let us get there, though, because I'll be in the hospital doing this show. Hey, Drake, come on in there, man.
Ronbo, what's going on, man?
Oh, Drake, man, I'm sitting here, man. I'm ruminating. I'm looking at what's going on here. I'm looking at the personnel. I'm looking at Kocurek, and I'm thinking, this is going to be a wrecking crew. These dudes ain't going to be stopped. What kind of offensive line? The Dallas Cowboys may have the best offensive line. I wish we could play. Hey, do we play the Cowboys in preseason? They ain't going to let them play, though. If they do, they ain't going to play long.
Nah, we don't play them this year. Yeah, they're not on our schedule this year.
Not even in preseason. That's right. We played them last year.
We don't play the Cowbums.
Dre, who's got the best offensive line in the NFL besides the Cowboys?
Oh, man, I would have to say Cowboys and the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, shit, I barely saw Patrick Mahomes get touched, man.
Yeah.
They protected that, man.
We played the Chiefs last game in the preseason, but we ain't gonna have our guys out there, and they ain't gonna have theirs either.
Nah,
all right, that's all right.
I mean, of course it would be a dress rehearsal. Like I know Kyle likes to get at least one quarter of the starters in. So
in the dress rehearsal, yeah.
They'll probably be out there for a quarter, and then the guys that are on the fringe of being, we're going to make the decision to see who's second and third stringers.
They take the rest of the game.
Guys who play the remainder. Right. Yeah. And then usually towards the end of the third and all fourth quarter, those are going to be the guys who are on the fringes of making a team or getting cut. So you know how that goes.
True.
Yeah, but man, I like the enthusiasm of the new defensive line coach.
Yeah,
man,
Kocurek.
That guy, man, Kocurek, man, he makes everything fun for the guys, man. They having competitions, making bets. He got the defensive line assistant coaches coming in to hit the bags and shit. You really don't see that, man. You usually see guys sitting back with clipboards.
And yeah, right? Just doing a job. They're not into it. You're right.
Yeah.
Just doing a job. Right. That's it. I work here.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah, nah, man. I mean, the only person I've seen that was like that was like a real fun defensive coach was Rabel. Now he's the coach of he's over there in Houston, right?
Yeah, Houston. He's running it now. He's the head coach, Jack.
Yeah, he's running things up there in Houston, man. But if I could look at a defensive coach to make a comparison, I would say it's like a Vrabel, man. He gets involved with the players and makes you feel like he's one of the guys. I think that's good to build morale and have everybody on the same page. You know what I mean?
Tell you. Especially when it's contagious when the coach is like that. You may be tired from the night before. You're hanging out with Justin, getting drunk, and come in the next day.
Right.
You got work to do. Yeah. You see Kocurek, man. I'm ready. Let's go, coach. I'm ready.
Yeah,
so
most definitely, man. Yeah. Also, man, I think that Wide-9 and having two guys down, having the free safety and the strong safety down in the box is going to make the defense more dynamic. It's going to make teams test us. I see more interceptions coming this year. I mean, shit, we only had 2, so I mean, you can't do no worse than that. But
one dude is going to have more.
I think. Yeah, I mean, I think when you play, because it's the front four. The front four, the 3 linebackers, and then you're basically playing 9 guys in the box with the free safety and strong safety coming down playing in the box. It's going to make offensive coordinators be a lot testy. So I see a lot more opportunities to get sacks and to get pass breakups, balls batted down, balls batted up in the air, which can cause interception. And also, it's going to test our cornerbacks on the backside, man, to see who the weakest link is, and we need to know that right away. So, man, I'm just I'm more excited about our defense than our offense because I already know what our offense is going to do.
Yep.
You got 3 dynamic backs. You got dynamic wide receivers, best tight end in the game. We drafted a tackle who nobody's talking about, but this kid didn't allow 1 sack in college. I mean, that's big. I don't know how many times that's happened.
What's his name? What's his last name?
Skewell. Justin Spohl. Stool or Skull?
It's something like that. It ends in LE. I do know that.
Right. Yeah. I mean, so when you draft a tackle in the 6th round that didn't allow that didn't allow a sack, and Vanderbilt is a pass-heavy offense. They've never been a run-heavy offense. So when you have a tackle that's on a pass-heavy offense that started basically 3 years and didn't allow a sack, that's fucking huge. It's not like that guy played a 14-game season and didn't allow a sack. No, you're talking about this guy played over 30-something games and didn't allow a sack. That's huge.
And and you know what? You know what's really scary? He's one of the few guys that stopped Bosa's charge. That's why I like him being on the same team. I didn't know that. Yeah, he handled Nick. You know what? And they got him on the same team now. So now it's like
they must have looked at film and was like, "Wow, this guy shut down Bosa. Let's go get his ass."
And they did it on purpose because now Justin's going to have to deal with school on a daily basis and vice versa. And Bosa is this is good. This is good. Yeah, now you get trained every day.
Yeah, bro, that's huge, man. I'm just like I said, I'm excited about our new D-line coach. I'm excited about the new scheme, and not really a new scheme, but just running things differently, disguising things. Like I said, playing 9 guys in the box, testing these quarterbacks and these offensive coordinators' will, and just and there's an article written up, and you got to read it, Ronbo. It was Kyle Shanahan. The headline was Kyle Shanahan's positionless offense. What a whirlwind! Is that not crazy, bro? I'm not going to give no details on what the article said.
I already read it,
bro. Kyle Shanahan's.
I read it the other day when it first came out.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. So you already ahead of the game.
Yeah, I knew about that. And Kyle, that's why you see the players he's got out there. Kyle's got guys he can run 2 or 3 different offenses out there at one time. I got Hurd, I got Debo, I got a couple of the guys with the same kind of versatility. If you think you see what you think you see, if you're DC, watch this Houdini act. Kyle calls another audible. Man. Boom! They go into a shift into another set. Oh, I can't wait to see what Kyle's got in mind.
Look, bro, it's nothing like saying, we know this guy's going to be in the X and the Z. I mean, when you go over film tape and you see, well, shit, man, this 1 minute this dude lining up in the X, 1 minute he lining up in the Z, then he put him in the backfield and bringing him out the backfield. Man, man don't know what the haywire to do. What I'm talking about? But, I know it's a lot of people that's trying to get in the chat, man. I'm watching this Golden State, man. Hopefully we take this one, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the TNT fans, Big Show, Trez, Trey, you know what I'm saying? My player partner, Will, Jerry Fresh, Nighthawk, who else?
Don't leave anybody out. You got Chris,
money,
Trey.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Trey. Hey, yeah, man. Press that X real quick. Stop with the Twitter fingers. Press that like. You know what I'm saying? We need some likes up in here, man. We can have 300-400 views. You know what I'm saying? And have 100 likes, man. That's not with it, man. Let's go 100. Let's go 100%, man. Let's get 500 likes for Ronbo, man. I'm out.
Thanks, Trey. Enjoy that game. All right, fam.
All right, bro. All right, for sure.
Talk to you tomorrow. Yeah. The Warriors, and the one thing I enjoy about the Warriors have to win this series because Kevin Durant is sitting back there laughing. Y'all can't do it without me. Stop, I got to get paid. Say, hey. Break Davis, what's up, Break? 4-9 for life, red gold, Mississippi up in here. Live and loud. What's up at 4-9 for life? What's up, fam? Kenneth Jenner, Solomon Thomas is the one I'm worried about. And Quan Alexander, if they play well, then I will be a man and apologize for thinking that they aren't going to do anything. Could be wrong, but we haven't had. You're concerned about Quan Alexander? Really? Maybe about his leg, I guess. Because as far as that boy's skills, I don't know what you'd be mad. I don't know what you'd be down to him about. Get ready to apologize if you did. About Solomon T, though, yeah, we'll wait on that, though. Debbie Ryan says, what's up, man? Anyone going to OTAs this week? I plan to be out there on Thursday. Holla at me if you see me. Hey, so there you go. Debbie will be out there. Debbie will be the gorgeous black lady with the big hat. I bet she's going to be wearing that big hat she likes to wear, too. See, that's Debbie. Get over there and say, Debbie! I know you got that hat on. I know that's you. There you go. T-Red. Hey, I'm loving the black 49ers. He's like, yes. Tell you, man, I do like this. Red and black combo is killer. Ain't that like that? Thanks. Oh, man. Let me go to the East Coast and get to Demetrius, the land of the best pretzels on the planet. The hot dog is not what you think. The pizza is made from heaven. Demetrius, you can tell I like the food out there in the East Coast, Man, you know what?
That's right, Ronbo.
Demetrius, man, I'm sitting here, man. I'm thinking this defensive line. It's just now settling in of how good this defense's potential actually is. Now, when we first put it together and assembled it, I said, good, because I'm sick of what we've had. Good. Now I'm thinking, you know what? This defensive line, PFF has already said that's the biggest improvement in a defensive line amongst every team in the league. Look out for the Niners. I'm thinking to myself, you know what? I'm always scared to say things like that because, man, you're delusional, man. Stop overhyping. I ain't hyping my ass. This team is bad. That, Demetrius, that defense is going to tear stuff up.
Man, they coming out with the belts this year, man, because we whipping ass, Ronbo. Straight up, man. So I'm just thinking about it, man, because, even the second unit coming in, like, you got to look at it like that, too. Because you got the first unit, you got the second unit, you got the third unit, shit. You got the kill unit, you got the relax unit. I don't know, man. We coming in swinging, Ronbo, man. We coming in, all jokes aside, man, from left to right, down to the middle. You can't forget Yabba Dabba Doo, Fred Warner. He going to be coming back healthy, too. You know what I mean? So
that's the only thing right there, health. That's the only thing that can stop the 49ers this year. That's it.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. Because even Kocurek said that too. He said, if we healthy, look out. And I like his slogan too, man. Play with your hair on fire. I like that, man.
He fires him up too. He's just right kind of coach for this guy.
He fired me up in his interview, man. I'm watching him over the ball with the players, man. He's in the air, man. He's in the world. I'm like, I like that, man.
And don't you like the way he responds to protect his boys, too? The reporter walks up and says, Coach, can you tell us, what are you going to do? Can you address the issues from last season? I don't know about the issues, but I do know, oh, look at you. They don't talk to you like that. Yes.
That's the interview, man. I'm rocking with his vibe, man. He, like he said, man, play with your hair on fire. Like, all gas, no brakes, man. You're smart. Like, he likes smart players. Like, he seemed like the real deal to me. He seems like the real deal. Like, that's what we need.
No two
'Cause
ways
we
about it. You
haven't
know
had
what?
that
And you
since,
know what, Demetrius? It's going to be the play
Tom
calling.
Sula.
Oh yeah, Tom Sula was. You know what? We had a great defensive line with him too. Jimmy T
That's
could
what
get
he
guys to
reminds
do.
me of, Tom Sula.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and they're gonna want to play for him too, man. You know who I want to come back as a coach, Ronbo?
Who's that?
I just want Justin Smith, man.
Oh, I wonder if he has
That'd be-
You know, it's one thing about being a player, but can you come back in and inspire the troops to the next level to make a man play
he could
beyond his own abilities? You know what I mean? It takes a certain
He
kind of
could be a
mentality. I had a
strength
coach
and
like that
conditioning coach,
three
man.
times in my life, and
Yeah,
you do things you didn't even know you could do. You know?
that's true. Now that's a fact. My high school football coach was like that. Coach DiMatteo, man.
You never want to
He was
disappoint
a
him,
true.
right? You never. There's those
Nah,
coaches
not
you
at all.
never want to disappoint him.
To stop a train for that guy.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Gotcha.
yeah, for real.
Tell ya.
But yeah, man, we're gonna do the damn thing, Ronbo. Like I said, from left to right on that D line, they're gonna cause havoc from left to right, and they got the rotational players, and the linebacking core. They gonna do fine. Like they got a lot of rotation on that side of the ball too. So we're gonna see. I think at our special teams, I think we're gonna step it up more with this punter because he ain't gonna let nobody. I want to see, man.
God,
I want to see, man.
Steve's
We
got so many fun
covering all
dimensions.
aspects.
God, I
Special
forgot all
teams,
about that.
defense.
God.
I
And you know
ain't
what's so
even
funny? Because
worried
you start
about
dwelling
Robert
on one part of this team, you get so involved and you forget about other aspects. I forgot about special teams and that madcap kicker that's going hang time looking like Jordan. And I mean the ball. And then when the guy catches the ball in the 5-yard line, all he can do is stand there and his 49ers standing there. Go ahead, run.
I dare you. I dare you. Yeah, man, Bravo. Yeah, man. That's what I'm talking about. Yo, we're going to have offenses tight because they got to start in their own territory. Like, they're going to be tight. Without D-line coming, it's on. It's on. They're going to be inside the 15-yard line all the time without punting.
See, that's why when people talk about firing Lynch and everybody and like they ain't getting no work done, boy, I've stopped though because when I see that kind of a post, I go attack it. I've been laying back for about last week. I'm like, are you blind? Are you looking at this unit? Do you see who's on the team? And you're still standing there talking about they ain't getting nothing done. You know, and then I realized, Ron, don't do that, man. Don't. Let people think what they want to think. You know, and when the time comes, they'll be corrected. That'll be fine.
Yes, sir. And you need your main players. They can't be injured. That was the issue.
Well, yeah.
Now we got a clean slate, man. We're gonna see
depth behind these guys too. It's going to be dangerous to lose your job if you're not Buckner, Ford, and Bosa. You know, you need to be careful because if somebody comes in to take your place, next man up may make you the next man up for the rest of the season. So, you know.
That's true. We're talking about these players for us, man. Well, imagine when cut time comes. So these guys that get cut and they go to another squad, man, they going to make these other teams good. So we got to worry about that. The dudes that we do cut that's good, I hope they send them out of the division. Like, peace out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hey, that's what every team does. If somebody's too good on your team, you don't make the mistake of trading him to your division. You know, you get him out, or if you can, you get him to the AFC. You know.
Because I don't need none of these defensive guys going to another team coming back and trying to hurt Jimmy G. Fuck us up.
And all inspired, pumped up. Yeah, imagine Dee Ford against Kansas City. Dee Ford had one of his best years. Kansas City said, D, yeah. This is the management. What you want? You're on your way to San Francisco. What? You know, so now.
I'm going to kill Patrick Mahomes now. You know what I mean? Yo, Ron, what they said this dude is in practicing no-look passes, man. Can't believe that shit.
I was talking about that last year. I ain't never seen nothing like that before. Not in football.
They say he in OTAs practicing that shit, man. I
heard about it. I can't believe the coach doesn't. Well, you know, Reed ain't got no problem with it. If I was Andy Reid, I say, listen, son, That's impressive, but I want you to stop. All right, listen. You go
Yeah,
no
for
look
real.
into the hands of a defense. Everybody's watching you do that, and they're going to get that timing and rhythm down on that, and you're going to get picked off. I'd make him stop. It's cute
Yeah,
when
that's
it
crazy,
happened.
though.
Even throwing with his left hand that time for that touchdown. Patrick Mahomes is a
Yeah,
gifted
that shit
child.
blew
Ain't no
my.
doubt about
Nah,
it.
he'll back. He thinks he plays on a scramble. His mind is always on the. Always looking for the next great play within that play. So he's one of those
Yeah.
guys, man. So you got to watch him.
Yeah.
But
I
yes, sir,
guess.
Ronbo. I just want to give a shout out though, Ronbo, too, man. To all the single dads out there, bro. Like,
Yeah.
know what I mean? Because I get my kids every weekend. You
All
know what I
right.
mean, Ronbo? And when they go back home, I'm in the house, man.
There you
So
go.
I just want
And
to
they
shout
can't
out
wait
to
to see
all
you
the single
again.
dads out there. But yeah, you already know, man. For all the single dads out there, man, hold it down, bro. You already
There
know.
you go. Demetrius, I'll be
Yes,
looking for you
sir.
tomorrow if you got some time, huh?
I'll be here. I'll be there, Rambo.
All
Yes,
right.
sir, man. You have a great night, man, and enjoy your weekend, man. The rest of your weekend.
You do, fam.
All
There's
right, man.
Demetrius
Peace out.
out on the East Coast. And Carlito's way, defense wins games. Just hope we stay healthy this season. Does anyone know who's our new strength coach? Yeah, they just got him a month or so ago. I can't think of his name right now. Chad, who's it? I don't feel like I can't look it up right now. Who's the new defensive coach? He doesn't look like a defensive trainer, though. This is really funny. But we got the sports science guys out there as well working with him. Alfonso the Great. Yeah, thanks, Alfonso. Joe Griffin, what's up? It's been 2 years since I've been listening to you as of today. Be polite and hit that like. That has a nice rhyme to it. Be polite and hit that like. Go Niners! Yes. Thanks, fam. And Horatio Flores is 49ers 11-5. Rams 11-5. Hawks 8-8. Cardinals 2-14. Kyle Murray will get injured. Ooh. Dang. Hey, who's their backup even? They ain't got one, do they? Daniel, let's say 49ers fan 5249. Armstead is trading with Von Miller. Really? Polishing his pass rush skills this weekend. Really? If he becomes a pass rush threat along with Buck, Ford, and Bosa, can you imagine the fear of the opposing quarterback sides? Because, them two dudes, when they was in Oregon, Deforest Buckner and Eric Armstead was just killing people from the. See, now they got some guys on the outside to draw some of that pressure. Look for Armstead and Buckner. They're going to remind you of back in the days when they was in Oregon. Hey, Mooch 2021, my faithful brother. Hello to and all my 49ers empire with our relentless D. We should be a top 5 defense and what will be a powerhouse offensive 12-4, division winning, deep into the playoffs. Ooh, I'm scared to mess with that stuff there. I hope for a great season, but I ain't going to make no final predictions yet. You know what's going to happen, though? Come week 4, watch me start talking major crap. I know. Hey, Rob, man, you ain't never scared. I know, but I'm just saying. I don't want to see. I don't want anybody getting hurt. I don't want to put a jinx on it. Oh, Will. Yo, Will.
No. Hold on.
Will got that little. He got that little 49 in his lap.
Hey. Hello?
Yo, Will.
Ronbo, what's up, man?
Will, man, I'm sitting there gloating, man. I'm talking about a defense that, Will, you know how the haters and the pessimists be out there talking about, man, y'all be tripping, man. Y'all ain't seen them play not a down one. Y'all got them going to the Super Bowl already. You got them going to the playoffs, man. This team won for. Shut up! I get all upset, And I say, man, you know what? I can celebrate what I can see, all right? This team ain't no chump team. You don't have to appreciate it if you don't want to. But I'm looking from left to right, and I see stacked. So, I'm getting into that mode already. Even though I said last year I wouldn't do this, I'm doing it.
Okay.
Ain't shame in the least bit.
Yeah,
Will?
my bad, man. I was talking to my fiance. My bad, man.
Okay. Because I heard the
But yeah.
baby. You okay?
Yeah. I was giving the tour.
I was
Okay.
to it because I had to run downstairs. But yeah, man. And man, the outsiders, man. They gotta stick with their statements until the season starts. They already doubting us and all that crap, man. But they gotta say that stuff right now. But wait till the season starts and we start blowing up and beating all these teams, man. The production people gonna give them a script and say, okay, now y'all can talk good about the 49ers, okay? So that's how they gonna do it. But yeah, man. Like I said, man, the defense, man. I'm telling you, man. Like I told you the other night, Ronbo, I'm gonna sleep good every week, every week when the season starts, man. Because the defense, man, John Lynch had a plan in mind, and I believe he established the defense that he wants. So that's why they brought in Kocurek and all them guys, man. Man, that 49ers defense is gonna look real good, man. With all they're gonna have more schemes than they ever had because of the addition, man. So you're gonna see a lot of like Dre said, you're gonna see a lot of safeties in the box, man, when they do the wide-9 and stuff like that. Because you gotta remember when you run the wide-9, you're gonna have some space. A running back gonna have some space in the middle, like in the middle of the scheme. But that's when the linebackers come into play and the safeties they come in and light your ass up when you try to run through that hole. So
they want him to run through that hole, Will. That's the whole point. If we keep him off that stretch, keep him off them edges, set that edge. Now his little butt. Now you got Kwaski T sitting there, his mouth watered. Come on, baby, come to daddy, come to Papa.
That's right.
Ooh.
That's right. And you know what I'm saying? The interview they had with Kwaski said that they're gonna have Colbert, either Colbert, Jimmy, whoever plays safety, they're gonna have to, switch positions sometimes. Sometimes you're gonna see them playing a little free, and sometimes you're gonna see them playing a little strong.
Yes.
So
and
you know what I'm saying?
Colbert's the right guy for that job too, because Colbert be putting, but he be hitting. I mean, this is like perfect. Oh.
Yeah.
Man.
So. I'm really interested to see how it plays out, man. I don't believe nobody gonna pass on us or run over. I mean, every team that we play this year, man, they gonna have problems. They gonna certainly have problems, man. Cause we got number first rounders on the line. Then you got Bosa, Dee Ford, man. Look, bro, ain't nobody gonna do shit to us. That's why we all can be able to sleep at night. So I ain't tripping. I don't know. Anybody out there in the chat probably got a different thing in mind, but me, I'm straight, dog. And another thing, man, is another factor that's going to play into this season, too. It's that special teams, man. Because of the defense that we got and because of the offense that we got, that punter going to have to punt the ball near the end zone every time. Because when you do that, when you do that, the defense that we got, we can get a lot of safeties this year. A lot of safeties, a lot of pick sixes. I'm telling you, man.
It's a well-thought-out plan. You get this Mitch in here to pin people back deep into their own territory, and then you bring this kind of special teams unit down the field, because most of the guys they got back there are going to be pretty athletic. I tell you what, Will, Dante Johnson, I know we don't like him, but the 49ers might keep him just because he's not bad on special teams?
I mean, if they keep him, that's probably what they're going to use for.
That'd be the only reason they keep him.
On field.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. He ain't gonna play. He ain't gonna play. He can play special teams, but he ain't gonna get in the game or nothing.
And they probably told him that already.
If not, you know what I'm saying? If he was a good player, they wouldn't have let him go when he was already on the team. So, but yeah, man. So, another thing too. Killer Weatherspoon. I haven't mentioned this. I should have mentioned this way before. I should have mentioned this last season. Okello, if you in the game, make sure that even if the play don't come to you, run towards the play. Don't just look at don't look at your teammates tackling the guy. Get over there and get you some. You know what I'm saying? Because you remember when Dante Window was on Instagram, he was doing all those. He did them Instagram stories on Weatherspoon. He mentioned that Okello Weatherspoon, when the ball wasn't on his side or the play wasn't on his side, he would just watch his guys tackle. Get your ass over there and tackle too, because you never know the runner they may break. You know what though? You kind of being the diva right now. You know what I'm saying? So you need to get over there and get on that tackle too.
True, but you know what? You got to stay home on some play. You know what though, Will? I got to tell you, I got a feeling Joe Woods last year, and we all have to remember, Jeff Hafley does not know how to run no practice. I mean, this man had people out there. If I see one player doing that, I'm going to think it's the player's fault. If I see the entire secondary confused and Richard Sherman standing there with his hands on his hips shaking his head, then I know somebody ain't learning the things that they're supposed to be learning. Joe Woods, I believe, is a lot better coach, and I think we will not be seeing no confusion out there in the secondary like we have been. So I'm going to wait and see. And give these guys the benefit of the doubt. Because most of the time we're blaming the players. I have a feeling that was Hafley. Because every week they don't know what's going on. Makes no sense.
I have a feeling too. Yeah, that's why I'm glad. His ass gone. But one more thing before I get on Ronbo, man. I like what you said to the first caller. I like the points that you made to the first caller about the offensive line. Like once Richburg gets back, back to playing for him, and get back to training camp, man, he gonna have to, get everything right. And I believe that the offensive line that we had last year, that's coming into this year, I believe they're gonna have everything down pat. And I do believe that the running game will be real good, and to where it can set up the pass, play action and bootlegs and all that, man. Because they should have it down by now. So it's really no excuses for the O-line. Like you said, Western Richburg is going to have to identify those defensive schemes so we can call the right play in case we need an audible or something like that. So. You know what I'm saying? The offensive line, I believe they're going to be good, man. And like I said, man, I believe we can put up 40 points every game. At least 40 or close to 50. Somewhere around 45.
It could get crazy. It could get. There is going to be a defense that they are going to be able to exploit like that. Go ahead and look through the schedule. We'll find out more about that as the season starts and who's weak. Because you can always tell about after week 2 or 3 who's lagging and who ain't ready. We've been that team almost every year before now. But now we're on the other side of that ship now. We the dogs out there now. They could call this team the Predators.
Man, we ready, man.
We used to be that little deer, that little fawn running around out there, waiting for them tigers and lions and wolves to come out and take us out. Now it's the other way around. So that's why when people start talking about, man, you seen our schedule? No. The schedule better have seen us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
Yeah. So, Will.
All right, man. All right, man. Y'all already know what it is, man. Shout out to TNT fam, man. Trey. You know what I'm saying? My boy Dre, my player partner Dre, Big Show, you know what I'm saying? And, man, y'all don't worry about the outside reporters, man. They reading off of scripts, man. The production people give them a script to talk bad about us. Now, once we start winning them games, they're going to give them a script saying talk good about the 49ers. Nate Burleson, I know your punk ass reading off the script,
he had to say that name.
So, you know what I mean?
Burleson, my boy, my main boy, him.
Only had a 1,000 yard a year out of his whole career, and he want to talk about somebody. Man, get you like together. All right, man.
All right, Will. I see tomorrow, fam.
All right, man. Peace.
Yeah. Boy, Nate Burleson, screaming Stephen A. Smith. Man, who else is out there, boy? Hey, Sal, Wide-9 just stopped the outside running plays. Yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen, and run them right into complete destruction. Guys like Le'Veon Bell and guys like that might be able to deal with. Your average running back is in deep trouble. Because the 49ers were actually, one funny thing about the 49ers, they haven't been bad as far as run defense goes anyway. So now, Rico Styles, and my daughter said, can you please give them a shout out? Hey, Rico! Rico, I don't know. To the Styles family. What's up? For Rico. This is Daddy Rico. This is my daughter, yeah. And Ron Cummings, Bosa, 11 sacks. Dee Ford, 14. Buck, 10. Sacks, Armstead, 8 sacks. Thomas, 7. Whew, that's a lot of quarterbacks hitting the dirt. Man. Wouldn't it be fun if that number was not only realistic but came up a little short? Brandon Moore says we do play Dallas in preseason. But you know what? Preseason ain't going to be nothing but looking at other people. Dallas ain't going to expose their hand. And the 49ers ain't either. Because we may have to see them in the playoffs. Ooh. I said I wouldn't talk about no playoffs, didn't I? Okay. Too late now. You can tell what's in the back of my mind. Oh, Curtis McLeod says, Sup? How's everything going? Always glad to see you online. Thanks, Curtis. Hey, James, come on in and join this party, man.
Hey, Ronbo, how you doing, man?
James, I'm doing as good as a guy who knows his defense is getting ready to hurt somebody. I tell you what, every time I think about what's going on, and now they're telling plans, I kind of wish the 49ers wouldn't put all their plans out there, because, the OCs around the league are sitting there thinking, okay, that's what they're going to do? I got something for that. But you can't have nothing for that, James. James, you know how the game works. You can know in advance of what a team's going to do, but can you stop them? Woo!
That's exactly right, Rombo. I mean, it's like who really, excuse me for belching, who really wants to play our offense in that second half when it's midway of the third quarter? And I really do believe too that, Kyle Shanahan has chosen players added players to that team that fits what he wants to do offensively. I mean, as well as mentally to an opponent.
Mm-hmm.
Because I am still amazed at the backfield of multiple running backs. I'll say it again: the 72 Dolphins, man. They had 3 premier running backs that Don Shula would play every single game.
Morris,
But it was
Kick,
based,
Zonka.
yeah, Zonka, okay, McKinnon, Coleman, Breida, okay. Who do you and the difference with McKinnon, Coleman, and Breida is that all 3 of these running backs can catch passes out the backfield. Larry Zonka was not good in that, but they would kind of motion him.
Morris and Kick were.
Morris and Kick were excellent at catching passes out the backfield. With Zonka, they would kind of motion him off the side with the receivers, the right side with the receivers, and kind of run like a jet sweep or either have like a pistol formation set up in a way with Morris sitting right back there just in case Bob Greasy would want to fake it. But I mean, it's like he's putting together an offense that if a team is playing a team today and it being Sunday, their coaches are already talking about how can we game plan for that game 2 weeks from now against the 49ers. To whereas Kyle Shanahan is playing a game that Sunday to show that opposing team in 2 weeks something different that he's winning the game with, but you're not even going to see that when you play him in 2 Sundays.
Yep.
I mean, this is what he's going to show to an opponent that he feels that he really wants to annihilate, like, say coming up against the Patriots. If and when that time presents itself, and not only just the Patriots, I think Kyle Shanahan is going to build a repertoire in the NFL to whereas he schemes so much of his game, it's hard to know exactly and get a feel on what he's doing. Because there's so many different talented players that he's got offensively, to whereas a team would have to watch actually 3 to 4 games of our game film to try to figure out what we're doing. Because because you've seen what we do this Sunday and you're playing us next Sunday, Kyle Shanahan is not going to present that game of plays to a team he's playing next Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to show them something different. And then I do believe with the defense and the Wide-9 and the players that we've also obtained recently, I think that in that Wide-9 scheme, I do believe from the players that we have, I think this defensive line has the ability to possibly be one of the greater defensive lines that the league has seen in a while if they can all stay healthy and play together. And I think with those front four and that wide nine, those linebackers can hesitate just a minute on the play
And lure
And then
that
the
run up the middle. Yeah.
Lure, not only lure it up the middle, but whichever way it's going, it's like those front four defenders are going to funnel that running back out the backfield where the linebackers can just splash him coming off the corner.
Mm-hmm.
Either going to be a turnover, or he's going to get hurt, or it's going to be a personal foul, roughing the defender or running back, or personal foul on the ball carrier or something like that. Because it's going to be violent. It's going to be very demanding. And I will say this:
all violence, extreme violence, James.
Of course. And I tell you what, though, too, I will say this much about Dante Johnson. I don't know. He's a curious question mark, because when he was with us at times, if you ever noticed, when he did play with the 49ers 2 seasons ago, it was in the very beginning of the start of the game that he was playing good football. But in that second half, when the secondary was getting extremely tired, because I think a lot of teams, they basically had a game plan to say in the second half,
go at Dante.
Not only in the second half go at Dante, but in the second half, just completely go after their secondary. Okay? Stress their secondary to get them tired, get them suck and win, and then a quarterback can take advantage of them.
Yeah. See, that was in the days. Oh, if your plan is to go after the secondary, that would be nice, because Bosa, Ford, Buckner, Street, Jones, these guys are not going to be tired. Go ahead, look for those receivers. I hope somebody has that in mind this year.
I hope.
Hold on to that ball.
I hope that some way or another, I am looking and waiting to see when we play the Kansas City Chiefs again. And hopefully our defense can come together to be a top 2 defense. And we wind up playing Patrick Mahomes again.
Oh, I want to see that so much.
Because it's like the guy, I think the guy Will had said a couple of nights ago, when they were talking about Jimmy Garoppolo, you and him, and he had stated that even in that Chiefs game, and we could see it, Garoppolo didn't get hurt in that game. It's a possibility we would have beat Kansas City that game.
Okay? It's right there. James, we got to stop here, though. And James, I'm telling you what I'm doing, man. I'm looking for you tomorrow night. Make your plans. You think of what a team could do with Kyle Shanahan is think about what is your worst weakness. Every team in the league has to think of what is your worst weakness. That's what he's going to come after.
Of course.
Good. All right, fam.
It's all in the game plan. Anyway, Ronbo, thank you for what you do. Thank you for the platform that you provide.
Thanks,
for the
James.
Niner Empire and Niner listeners, and Niner Empire, Niner for life. Have a great evening. Thank you.
You too, fam.
All right.
Oh, yeah. James brings up a good point. If you see the 49ers doing something this week, and you go ahead and make all your little playbook ready for that next week, my God, you'd be destroyed. This is the worst thing about dealing with Kyle Shanahan. He's like I call him the Phil Jackson running the triangle offense with the Lakers. You can go ahead and there's no defense unless your defense is so good that there's never a break or an opening. That's where they're going to go, especially with Kobe and Shaq on the same page together. There was nothing a team could do. I see that coming with the 49ers. Daniel, SF 49ers fan 5249 says, Quan's supposed to be ready for camp. If so, that front seven is ready to battle. You heard about it too. Yeah, you heard? Quan is going to be ready for camp, and that's only a few weeks away. I heard Mason D'Amico is already having trouble getting him to stand still on the sidelines now. The pass and the run. Hopefully Greenlaw beats the pants off of Malcolm for the Sam. The secondary will have it easy, is what I'm relying on too. Antoine Battle says, Speedy Battle in the house. I said Speedy Battle. Alisa. How you doing, little girl? That little niner. Sup, Anton? Empire Strikes Back, 49ers. I wanted a pass rusher more than I ever wanted an OBJ or AB. I was excited as soon as we got Dee Ford and Quan. You know, the wind was let out, right? As soon as they heard, because everybody was thinking, oh, we're not close to getting OBJ. You know what? Here's the thing. You can be fine without, nobody's winning Super Bowls or championships with wide receivers. You really have to keep that in mind. If I got 4 or 5 great receivers, not superstars necessarily, but good receivers, I'm going to be just as effective. Where you get hurt is just like you pointed out. If your defense is giving it up, what you going to do? You get your butt beat. The Steelers proved that last year. Daniel, let's say 49ers fan 5249. I like saying his name. Special teams still needing an established returner. You think so? Crybaby Robbie better have his mind right when we get. You know what? The 49ers don't have. We got a lot of returners, but I don't really care to see Dante Pettis return. He could be very good. I don't want to see any more Trent Taylor because he may be too fragile for that. I don't know if Richie James is going to make this team or not, but if he does, he's already proven he's pretty good. Who else? That's 3 guys. You got DJ Reed, who had fumbleitis last year. We got a lot of guys who could do that. You know, I don't know which one, but that's a good point. Daniel SF 49ers fan 5249. Who's our special teams return guy? You know what? Every time Robbie, I'm always feeling good when somebody says Robbie Gold. It's like somebody came into the party and turned the lights out and took all the drinks. Hey, Joel, come on in, man. Joel.
Hello?
Hey, right here, Joel. Well, yeah, hey. What's up, man?
Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Hello?
Joel!
Hey, what's going on?
Yeah!
Hey, Joel, man. Hey, how you doing?
Doing great, fam. I'm sitting there talking major smack about the 49ers defensive front. Boy, that defensive line is just crazy. And you know what? I was just talking about the first few guys. I ain't even said nothing about the backups in the secondary. And you know what, Joel? Some of them dudes in the secondary, not the secondary, but the backups to the front line defense, some of them dudes can go to other teams and probably do start. I mean, I'm looking at Catavia Street, Ronnie Blair, I got DJ Jones, I got Solomon D. I mean, it just goes on and on, Joel. We got to cut some good football players. Dang it.
But the thing is, right, I don't want to burst your bubble or be a hater or nothing like that.
Go ahead. A lot of people like to. Go ahead.
I'm a diehard Niners fan, but the thing about our team, right, is last year, I'm going to throw some stats out there for you.
Go ahead, because I'm ready for that.
Our secondary only gave up 195 yards passing a game last year. 195 yards.
Go on.
Only averaged 98 yards rushing. We gave up 104 yards a game. 104 yards a game. So that means to tell me, right, it's not our capability of getting to the quarterback. It's our inability to stop the run. So teams run on us more times than not. They average 4.1 yards a carry on us last year. 4.1 yards a carry. Let me see. If you want me to go down some more stats.
Please.
So I don't think it was our inability to get to the quarterback. Like, we had 33 sacks last year.
We had what?
We had 37 sacks last year. Excuse me. We had 37 sacks as a team last year. We gave up 48 sacks. All these first-round draft picks that we got on the offensive line with Thomason, with
with McGlinchey, with not excluding Pearson, with Rich Berger, who was drafted in the second round. We got an aging left tackle. We gave up 48 sacks last year. That doesn't sound to me like it's a very good offensive line. It sounds like a very below average offensive line and a very bad, poor run offensive line. We only averaged 98 yards a carry. 98 yards a game last year.
And you think that's an underachievement?
That's a for the people that was drafted where they were drafted at. That's a very underachieving aspect.
And we had one running back that led the league in the first 3 weeks. I don't know if you remember, Joel. Joel, I don't know if you remember. He got hurt. Okay, go ahead.
He did. We did but now the flip side of that is that we did average 4.5 yards a carry. So we were getting good holes. We were getting there. But at the same time, to only average 98 yards a game, but we're averaging 4 yards a carry, that should tell you something. There's a sign somewhere. And that's a very poor offensive line.
Yeah, they needed some help. And also, you figure the quarterback play makes a lot of difference. I don't know if you know, Joel, but Jimmy G went down in week 3. In week 3, guess who was – wait. Let me just finish this sentence. In week 3, the 49ers had the top running back in the NFL behind that same offensive line you're not giving any credit to.
Right, correct. But they disintegrated it towards the end of the year. We still gave up 48 sacks. We still gave up. That's the bottom of the league. That's a bottom tier offensive line. We gave up 40 no matter who's back there.
Let me help you out. Let me help you out with that. Amongst all 3 of the quarterbacks that showed up last year, who got sacked the most?
Out of all the quarterbacks?
Oh, no,
in the league?
49ers. No. The 49ers squad, who got sacked the most?
I don't see the stat right here, but I will say probably Nick Mullins because he plays more.
No, I doubt that. Without looking, I would bet you any amount of money it was CJ. Yeah. So you need to look at all. And listen, what I'm saying is this. Look at all the variables. Don't focus on the numbers alone. Look at who was in what position to do what. You look at the offensive line. Okay, Weston Richburg got hurt. He started to fall off.
Okay.
Joe Staley and as well as our rookie on the other side, they did a really good job together. You also need to remember, and I say this to everybody who says something about it, you let that offensive line gel. They've been together for one 16-week period. Offensive lines generally need a little time together to work together. Health is a major factor. So the run game is going to be fine. There was the playbook was dumbed down because you had lesser talents out there than you would if Jimmy G stayed on the field all year. So you see, and McKinnon was gone, and that takes away. There are lots of things that play into these stats. The stats are one thing, but the facts are another. But go ahead.
Right. So now with all that being said, right, we brought back the same guys. Do you understand that? We brought back the same guys that you just mentioned right now, aforementioned, right?
No,
that got hurt,
I'm sorry. That's inaccurate. That's inaccurate. I'm bringing back Tevin Coleman. I'm bringing back Jerick McKinnon to help out.
We're just talking about the offensive line. We brought back the same. We brought back the same offensive line. So the same guys that you said that time or didn't gel right or was missing assignments, we still brought them back with no backup.
I'm glad they did. I'm glad they did. I got McGlinchey in his second year. Joe Staley, I don't know.
But if they get hurt, then who do we have to back them up? Do we have an adequate backup? Do we have somebody that we know that has a promising career that we know we can plug in and play?
Does any team? Does any team? Everybody has a great backup secondary. I mean, a second offensive line. Everybody's got 2 All-Pro.
Dallas Cowboys have one.
Okay, who else?
Dallas Cowboys have they got plug-and-play players right now that can get in and get
Joel,
out. They got a guy.
I heard that. Joel, I want to go back to the point you just made. Joel, I got a question. I understand about the Dallas Cowboys front line. You say they got one player they could put in there and he'll do just as good a job as the first string, right?
No. Not just one player. They got a few players that they can plug in and play at that position if their starter
and you
if
know
their
this
star goes out.
And you know this how? Because what were
They
those
did this
people?
last year.
No, they didn't.
Okay, well,
Zeke got his butt beat. Zeke got his butt beat. And not only did Zeke get his butt beat, but Dak got exposed for the quarterback that he really is.
Zeke led the league in rushing.
He got killed in the playoffs. How come?
Okay, but he still led the league in rushing. With an offensive line who didn't even have his all-pro starting center.
Thank you. You said they had backups. You said they had backups.
Right,
Zeke's a good running back, yes.
Exactly. So Frederick is the all-pro center.
Next question. Who else besides the Dallas Cowboys could you use an example of having double action?
The Patriots.
Offensive linemen that are just 3 and 4 deep.
Look what they did to Trent Brown. And we had Trent Brown for 1 year. 1 year, they made Trent Brown the highest paid tackle in the National Football.
Okay, now you're wavering.
1 year.
Joel, you're going all over the place. You haven't answered my question.
No, I'm just saying.
How many teams are that deep? I like Trent Brown. I ain't got nothing. I'm just saying.
All right, but we had him on our team.
Yeah,
and he played 1 year with the Patriots. He played 1 year with the Patriots and
he's
became the
Joel,
highest paid
he's
tackle
not
ever.
a run blocking. He's not a tackle that can run. He can stand there and protect the quarterback, but he's not going to run downfield like Michael Lynch did when he cleared path, road graded all the way down the field to lead Mostert all the way into the end zone. You'll never, in your best day, get Trent to do that.
But what I'm saying is, the organization of the Patriots made Trent Brown the highest paid tackle, regardless of how you may feel.
And then they traded him. And then they traded him. Why'd they trade him? Joel, why'd they get rid of him?
Well, they got rid of him because he couldn't fit Shanahan's style.
No. Why'd the Patriots?
That's why they got rid of him.
Joel, why is he in Oakland?
Well, because they offered him more money. I would go to Oakland if they offered me more money too.
They didn't offer him any money. They just let him go.
No, he walked in free agency. He was a free agent. He was the Niners had a decision to keep him.
You're going back to the Niners. I'm talking about you gave the Patriots guy the highest paid guy in the league because he's protected Tom Brady, which is another thing. He's on his way to Oakland. See, you need to know the whole story behind Trent Brown before you start singing how great he is. Because if Trent Brown,
I'm a Niners fan.
I know, but I'm just trying to tell you. I understand that.
Okay.
I'm just saying to you, you're saying to me that the 49ers offensive line doesn't have anybody to back it up. Well, I want to know how many other teams besides the Dallas Cowboys do, and you went to Trent Brown. Now, that means
I'm just saying
deflect.
That the Patriots, they can plug in. They lost Nate Solder, right, to the Giants, right? And then they plugged in somebody that nobody knew of. And all of a sudden, he became a Pro Bowler. I'm just saying,
everybody knew about Trent. Joel, everybody knew about Trent. He got famous because of Von Miller.
Not to be the highest paid tackle, though. Not to be the highest paid tackle.
That may be on the Raiders more than anything else. They're not even putting him at left tackle. That's the strange thing. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
I understand you're a 49er fan and you want to lay out a criticism, but I'm saying if you're going to lay off that kind of criticism, it needs to be a little more substantial than just Trent Brown. And also, I asked you a question you never have answered. I said, how many other teams...
Okay.
How many other teams are that deep in offensive linemen that one goes down, they got 2 or 3 other to cover? You know.
Okay, the Cleveland Browns.
You think the Cleveland Browns are 2 and 3 deep?
Yes.
All right.
At least 2 deep on the offensive line that they can plug and play. At least 2. They just lost a Hall of Famer and an All-Pro center in back-to-back years and got players to play. Their offensive line is still stellar.
So you think the offensive line is what's going to be able to hold? That's going to hold the 49ers back this year?
If you're giving up 48, no team in the league can give up 48 sacks.
And you need to look back at what happened last year. I got 3 different quarterbacks out there. I got a rookie on the right side that's doing a good job. Jimmy G is not going to stand there and take that many sacks, number one. He gets rid of the ball quicker. He
Okay.
makes decisions faster. He is not a second and third grade string quarterback. I got my running backs that I be playing different plays with. I can't hand off to. I got the ball in my quarterback's hands more than I need to because my first string running back is hurt. There were extenuating circumstances to what you're saying are stats that you're putting too much weight on. So when you get the team out there this year, you will see a difference.
So we have an athletic quarterback. We don't have an athletic quarterback who runs out the pocket, right? We have pocket quarterbacks who stay in the pocket.
We have play action. We have bootlegs. We don't have a quarterback that just stands there and waits for the defense to come and get him. No, we don't. You know, if he's not running around, that doesn't mean he doesn't know how to. I've not seen a quarterback that evades pressure better than Jimmy G.
48 sacks is 48 sacks is 48 sacks regardless of how you get them. It's for you giving up 48 sacks. How can you be?
All right. You're not going to leave You're not going to leave last year's stats alone. You're going to believe that those stats represent what's going to happen next year. Joel, get ready to be surprised. Get ready to be. Yeah, you did. And they're another year in Kyle Shanahan's system. That makes a difference.
Correct.
People do progress. They learn. They get better. Joel, tell you what, we got to go though. And I tell you what, get ready for next season to be surprised. All right, Phil. Good night.
All right, man. You have a good one.
You too. Actually, it's kind of fun to have a good argument on occasion. Yeah, hey. Jason.
What's up, bro? We're gonna take red and gold to the Super Bowl in 49 until I'm dead and cold.
I like that. That sounds kind of nice ring to it.
That's gonna be my new thing, man. I just was brainstorming an intro like 13-3 because we got to revamp it.
Yes, sir. We got to write a new one for this year.
We're gonna take red and gold to the Super Bowl in 49 until I'm dead and cold. And Joel, what are you talking about? Look at the film. Mullins had protection. It's gelling. It's coagulating. It's coming together. We just have to have. See, what we got to stop doing is every year we get a core group of guys and expect them to immediately have. Just think about Mike Singletary, Nolan era. We grabbed Ayupati. I ain't gonna lie to you, Ron. I was mad as hell when we grabbed 2 offensive linemen with the first round picks. I was like, what the fuck? Who are these guys?
I know, man.
We ain't getting some sexy picks here, but Willis. We went and got Patrick Willis, Vernon Davis. The pieces are coming together. We went and got Alex Boone out of I'm gonna say Ohio.
He's UDFA.
State. I think Boone was that.
Boone came out. We lucked out with him.
Even Staley on the real, like University of Central Florida, a tight end. I was like, well, who's this guy as a tight end? He's going to be our starting tackle. But it gelled together. We went and got Crabtree instead of, Haywood Bay was the projected top pick. And remember the holdout thing with Crabtree? So then we got, who's going to go with Crab? Josh Morgan we got, and pieces started to come together. Then we get the coach. See, we got the coach. That's the beauty of this thing that got Joel and people ain't understanding. Like he did have a good point that Kyle is picking players to fit his system. Harbaugh didn't have that luxury. He already had the team. When you think about it, he had his running backs. He may have added Randy Moss or something like that. But he had all the pieces a la Gruden when he went to Tampa Bay and took over Tony Dungy's team.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we got the pieces. We got the X's and O's expert. They're saying Kyle might be one of the top football minds since Bill Walsh, man. And, so I'm interested to see how these pieces fit. We got a Pro Bowl fullback, the best. He picked, what's this guy, George Kittle? What round did we get Kittle in?
5th? Fifth.
I was looking at C.J. Beathard as the guy out of Iowa, like, okay, That's cute. We got his tight end to come along. That's a cute little addition.
Yeah.
No, he's not here to be a cute addition. He's here to be the number one consensus tight end in football today.
Yes.
Pro Football Weekly. Per Football Weekly.
And they
Top
didn't even
tight
know
end of
about
the
it.
game. I would like to see Staley stay. Just give me 2 more. 2 more. Joe, come on, Joe. 2 more
He's
years
fired
for
up.
Staley.
He'll stay if they want him
Let
to. I think he
McGlinchey
would.
develop. And we do have some backup offensive line help. This guy better go check out what we're doing on the O-line. We got some pieces, some prospect, I should say, prospect. But the center is once he gets healthy, he hasn't been healthy in New York either. So we're dealing with health issues, Ron. Mostly.
I know.
It's mostly health. I'm just happy that we're healthy enough to go in with a positive outlook. Like, okay, we're gonna get our quarterback back. That's for starters.
You know,
McKinnon, he's not forced to be into the fire right now because we got Breida.
Tevin. And you got
truthfully,
Tevin to
mean,
take the McKinnon role. I mean, if because he knows. But Tevin, the way he talks, he's got to learn some things too. Kyle has changed that playbook since he played with him.
I would like to see us pick up a more running back that's more like, let's say,
C.J.
that guy
Anderson.
Derek. No, the guy over in Tennessee. Derek, the Heisman. 6'3",
what is his
250.
name? Well,
I
you
want one of
actually
those,
got one, but they ain't going to use him like that.
Who the receiver? Hurd?
Yeah, Hurd ain't gonna be. Hurd said, "I ain't gonna be doing that, y'all, because man, first of all, I want to play a few more years, and you keep playing that running back position, end up in the hospital
So who do we
after
got like that? Who do we got like that?
Derrick
You
Henry.
said we got somebody like that. Yeah, we need he don't have to be 6'3", 250, but Anthony Dixon's, somebody like that's gonna do the grunt work and not I worry about Breida, even though he's tough, but going through the tackles. I don't think we have a back that's going to work fourth quarter. We got the lead, right? Even though Breida with his speed.
But Jason, what's that kid last year with Jeff? What's his name?
Wilson.
I thought he was too light to be doing the things he did last year. But when that boy
runs
went
hard.
slamming down the middle, people was getting knocked down. And I'm not talking about little safeties or nothing. That dude was laying out linebackers and carrying on, coming up. I said, you know what? I didn't know Jeff Wilson was that kind of strong. I don't know if Kyle's looking at him like that. And Juice ain't meant for that kind of running, so I don't know. You got a good point. I don't know what they're going to do about that.
Yeah, because we got a lot of speed backs, a lot of home run hitting ability, and a lot of, versatility with them having hands. Like that catch Breida caught on a goal line. Oh,
man. Nice,
it was like a fade route. Oh, my Lord. I was in a sports bar when I saw that. People thought I was crazy. Like, hey, guys, sit down.
I know because it was a 49. What was he looking at?
Going to the play.
Looking at the Niners. You got to have respect.
But this year is going to be different. I'm going to be in them sports bars. They're going to have to put some respect on our name. And people forget, Jimmy G is still what? 6-1?
6-2.
They're like, oh, he might be a fluke. 6-2. So the game he got injured, that's count. Did he win? Yeah, he won one that year, right? When he got hurt.
Yeah, we beat Detroit. Yeah, we beat Detroit.
He won one, he lost one, and then he got hurt.
Yeah.
And he couldn't complete that, which that goes as a loss. I see how they can do that. But if he stays healthy, maybe we win. Who knows? But he's still high percentage. Cool. I would like to see his touchdown to interception ratio fluctuate upwards. You know what I mean?
He's always going to be a gunslinger, though, Jason. Ain't nobody, because like Richard Sherman said the other day, he said, I was standing there and he put that ball right over my fingertips. He ain't scared to throw that ball. He will. And Jordy Matthews picked it off. And Rich was saying, you know what? It ain't no big thing. I wasn't supposed to be on that play anyway. I was just trying to jump the route. Rich, hush. You got Jimmy. You just got Jimmy. That's all.
He's cheating. He's cheating. But it's cool though. We're competing though. A lot of these diving for the balls is really a testament of that guys are fighting for roster spots and they know it. They know that it's going to be competitive in the training camps and in the
It's already-
preseason. So they're out here trying to earn their bones, man.
Tell you.
Just don't get hurt, Jimmy
Please.
Ward. You know,
Jimmy
I like
Ward?
Jimmy Ward, man. I
Okay.
don't want to keep being. I think if
be-
we grab Jimmy Ward in the 5th round,
Yeah.
I don't think we're so
be complaining.
antsy with his production.
I know.
Yeah, it's like the first round pick. Like, yeah, you got to show Sheila Rachal, guys like this, you know. But what I wanted to also mention about that tackle that we traded to the Patriots, Brown, is we traded him for a 2nd round pick. Guess who that culminated into? That is Pettis. So I think we got a poor man's Odell Beckham.
Yeah.
Maybe he made over, you know, because after the catch, he does some miraculous things.
Yes,
And
especially
he
against
has
Loss.
yet to really show us his potential. We don't know what he might surpass what Beckham does.
Wouldn't that be
You
crazy?
know, given some longevity, it's realistic to me because
I love it. James, we gonna stop though. James, I'm gonna tell you what, I'm gonna look for you tomorrow night,
All right,
fam.
man.
All right.
All right, Monday Night Raw, Ron. See you
Yeah.
then.
Appreciate you, Jason.
Peace.
Peace. I know. Chad is getting on me about arguing with Joel. I'm sorry. He got me rolling. I couldn't. Control. Harold, come on in, Harold. Harold.
Yo, what's up, Ronbo?
Harold, man. Just kicking back here and thinking about that defensive line. I'm dreaming of grandeur. I see amazing, especially with Kris Kocurek running that defense like he is. Man. And another thing about last year's defense, after Reuben Foster went down, you know, see, a lot of times, Harold, people don't take into account of certain things. Reuben Foster goes down last year. You know, that was the guy that was stopping the run as well, because he was pointing out how many yards people got on the 49ers. Well, Reuben Foster goes down. What week was that? Week 4 or 5 or something like that, 6? And then we bring in a new guy, and it's just really weird things happen to 49ers. They have to avoid those situations this year, and so these numbers, people can't pull them up the next year. This is why the team is going to have to make a large leap from this, and this. Look at these numbers. These numbers. Look what surrounded them numbers. All right, Harold, this is your time, man. I'm still trying to calm down. Okay, Harold.
Yeah, man, don't let these bums get you all riled up about nothing. They don't know what they're talking about, Ronbo. This man's talking about stats from last year, man. We had injuries out the yin-yang. We weren't winning any games, so we were always down. The teams were obviously running all over us, you know, well, not over us, but, you know, they're running all the time. They're not going to be passing the ball up.
Man, why should they?
Up
Burn that
points,
clock up.
you know?
They already got the
You know?
points.
It's all game relative, last year's stats, man, and they ain't going to have nothing to do with this year. Nothing. Our stats are going to look completely different, man. Don't worry about these bums that come in here just trying to spark an argument, just trying to get the chat room going. Man,
And Harold, remember, it's like I was telling earlier when I was saying to Will about clock. If your defense is on the field way more than your offense, you get these little strange numbers. Now, with Jimmy and company on the field, I see that clock swinging the other way with the offense being on the field and occupying more clock than the defense like he did the year before last in 2017 when the 49ers offensive clock was way ahead of the defense and the defense was resting all day long. Oh, Harold, I ain't going to interrupt no more, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. Oh, no, it's okay, man. This is the Ronbo show. This ain't the Harold show.
But Harold, it's your time. It's rude to interrupt you, fam. You called in here. You have a right to talk. Go right ahead.
Oh, no, I'm going to do my thing, man. But, yeah, man, I'm just as excited about this defensive line as you are, man. You know, we got the for sure 3, the Ford, the Bosa, and the Buckner. Those are the 3 standouts right now, and then we got the 3
amigos.
You know,
the guys that we think will do well.
We got hopefully and Thomas,
one,
Armstead,
2,
and then Blair. I'm gonna put Blair in there.
Blair's not one of the 3 amigos. He is gonna be fine. But the third guy, I want to know. I'm curious about Contavious Street. All right. Is he?
Oh, yeah.
Is he what he looks like? If he is.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. I want to see. I haven't seen him yet. That's why I didn't put him in the 3. I've seen the other 3. I've seen maybe what they can do. Maybe they haven't been in the right situation, but I do want to see what Kentavious Street can bring, man, because he's still that unknown, and he looks like a beast, man. He looks stronger than I don't know what out there.
He
man.
is.
He looks like he can bull rush somebody right into the quarterback.
How about the dude from Penn State? Oh,
Which one
last
is
year. He didn't get a lot of playing time, but he looked good coming in.
Julian Taylor?
Yes.
Julian Taylor?
See, this
Yeah.
there's names. We have so many that look like they have potential that I can't keep track of them no more, fam. Hell, we got dudes everywhere, man. Somebody's gonna get
We
cut.
got bodies, man. We got bodies. Yeah, man. It's gonna be. We're gonna see some good guys that we don't want to see go get cut, man.
Harold, how
That's
deep
a
is your
good
rotation
problem,
going to be,
man.
though? I mean, how many guys you go just sit back and let them and relax? What's your defensive rotation going to be? Who's going to come in when you rest Bosa? What you going to do? When you rest Dee Ford, is Buckner going to take some time off during the course of the game? How you going to do?
I mean, I know we got, like I said, we got those. If we got the 3, we got the 4. I'd say like the 4 that you have on that picture, Armstead.
Those are my. I project them to be starters.
Those should be the stars. Those should be the stars, and that leaves Solomon Thomas, Ronald Blair. Hopefully, Kentavious Street turn out good, and then one more, I guess. One more body out there. That's
JT?
8 right there, I guess.
Julian Taylor? Yeah,
Julian Taylor, man. Let's see
I
what he
forgot.
does.
DJ Jones is gonna. He's gonna be that guy that absorbs that block in the middle of the field until passing downs, and then you put down. Armstead comes in. Solomon Thomas. I can't imagine how they're gonna work this rotation. If Solomon T is gonna come in and show that he's needed, he's gonna have to play. Eric Armstead, I figure he's gonna be in there to. They get rotation, I guess. Eric plays on the big end sometimes too when Bosa's Eric plays the big end when Bosa's rested because he sets the edge well.
I mean, they're going to be playing. It sounds like they're going to be playing all damn positions, man. They got Buckner on the outside a lot, it seems like, in these OTAs, man. And so all those guys are going to be interchangeable.
Yeah, that's going to be the secret. They're never going to be in. They've got their special positions, but then they're going to rotate around depending on what the play call is. And the Wide-9 is going to call for the speedy, Man, I can't wait to see this. You know what? You put Armstead one-on-one, and nothing out there but the wide receiver to stop him. That's going to be interesting. I can just see that big arm out one swipe, get out the way, and in,
Oh, yeah. And then I think if you can get Solomon T in the inside one-on-one against one of them guards or something, man,
that's another one.
Too, man.
That's right. See, that's.
Oh,
I can't wait to see
Yeah.
preseason. They're not going to expose anything in the preseason, though, Harold. They're just going to be playing
basic.
straight up vanilla
Keep it
defense and offense.
Oh,
Just to get the guys some bread.
Yeah, man.
It's so.
Hey, and another thing, Ronbo, I heard you apologizing for saying we're gonna go to the playoffs. Don't apologize for that. We going to the playoffs, man. You know,
I'm usually the one that's not scared.
So I'm sorry, I don't want to say that. I understand when you say not the Super Bowl because Super Bowl. That's a little bit long. But we making them playoffs. You said 10-6 is the bottom line. So
that should do it, huh?
We going
10-6 should probably get us in, right? Will it win the West? Because I don't care what anybody says. The Rams have been watered. They've been diluted just enough. Well, they ain't gonna be the same as they were last year. And the Hawks. Everybody thinks the Hawks will still contend because they're the Hawks. The Hawks lost their best edge. They lost their best wide receiver. Their offensive line has gotten a little better. Russell Wilson's got a couple of new I don't see it. I don't know what people are talking about with the Rams and the Hawks. I still don't get it. I'm more scared of the Cardinals. I'm going to tell you the truth.
Yeah. I mean, I think our division is pretty strong, man. I think we're going to do a little bit of beating up on each other as far as these 4 teams go.
That's where divisions go.
You know, I see it. I think it's going to be a couple of teams right around that 11 or 10 win there might be 2 of us that make the playoffs, and then the other 2 are left out. I don't know, but I hope nobody else from our division makes it because I hate division rival games in the playoffs.
Yeah, especially early on.
They know each other too well. Yeah.
Oh, Harold. I appreciate you, fam. I'm going to see you tomorrow if you get some time, huh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, fam. Have a good night, Harold.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Taryn! Come on in, T!
Hey, what's going on, Ronbo?
Taryn, man, is sitting here and I'm visualizing this defense, man. When we first put it together, I'm saying, all right. I was listening to everybody saying this about, a lot of people like to point out the weaknesses, and you know what? It's the right thing to do. But there's going to be those of us who don't see those weaknesses or don't play them up so hard. But we probably should recognize them, and I'm going to start trying to. I do think, though, that we have been used to getting our butt beat so badly every year that a lot of us don't think that can change. And this, that kind of mentality I have a problem with. Look at what we got and take it for what it's worth. At face value, and you can take that right now because the season has started, you can take face value a little seriously, is all I'm saying. But Terry, what do you think about this defensive line?
Man, it's really stacked, at least on paper. I mean, it looks really good. I was listening to you and Harold, and I agree. And I don't even think you and Harold even mentioned Sheldon Day. That's another one.
Oh, I couldn't remember. It would be a good trivia question or contest. Can you name the entire 49ers defensive line that's in the mix? Terry, give it a shot.
It's going to be tough. Hopefully, and it sucks too, because like you said, we're not going to be able to keep 10, 11 defensive linemen. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
But I think, hopefully during our preseason game, somebody shines, and maybe we can, hopefully instead of cutting somebody like a Julian Taylor or Sheldon Day, we can get some trade value for them because not everybody's making this team. So, But you know what I like? I was looking at your picture of everybody who was who you feel you're projecting as starters. You know who I really like, and I don't even think he starts at the beginning of the season. I really like Ronald Blair to start the season off at big end. I think it's going to be I don't know. Just too with the injuries to Bosa, him missing snaps and stuff, and with the addition of Dee Ford being on that end, and then obviously Deforest Buckner is going to get better. I think Ronald Blair seeing single coverages, I think he's going to eat.
Especially that Wide-9. Oh, he's sneaky fast.
I like me some Ronald Blair. I think he's underrated.
I do too. In fact, I got an argument with the Solomon T Club, as you know, way back in the day. I says, man, why do we need Solomon T? I got Ronald Blair can do just as good as y'all. When I said that, I probably had tongue in cheek because I don't know Solomon Thomas yet. I just seen him in film. And sure enough, that was right on the money. Ronnie Blair does not get enough snaps.
He doesn't, and I think And what's funny is, it seems like Ronald Blair's been on this team forever.
I know.
I think I googled him.
Contract year.
Yesterday, before he's only 26. He just turned 26 in January.
He's only been with us He's been with us 4 years. This is his fourth year.
It seems like he's been there forever. But I don't know. I just have a feeling. And you know what I'm liking too? I'm liking that they're finally starting to put people in positions where they were drafted and where they have the best chance to succeed. They're moving Solly back inside. Ronald Blair's at big end. Tavarius Moore playing that free safety spot. So I think everything is starting to align pretty well. And I think you and I talked about this. We've been talking about this since last year. This has nothing with the D line, but Tavarius Moore being put at that free safety spot at 6'2", 200, running a 4.32. That's gonna be awesome. I can't wait.
Him and actually, because Colbert runs that same speed nearly.
Yeah, I know. Yep.
So it's going to be interesting to see. He will be. I imagine they probably could still hope he can make that cornerback spot, but he can definitely get some snaps in the preseason. Train him up, let him get that safety ready. Because we saw Colbert and Ward go down last year, so it ain't impossible that he ain't going to play next year if he plays safety. At least now you got a legit, bona fide safety ready for the pro level game. It would be nothing but insurance for the 49ers. Do it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
You know, and but yeah, I like your projection. I would love to see Buckner and Armstead clog up that middle. Plus, you got 2 6'7" guys. That's going to make it hard on quarterbacks to see. I mean, I'm sure their wingspans with 6'7". You put their arm up, they're probably touching over 10 feet easily. You know what I mean?
God,
So
yes.
I'm sure it's going to be
And
harder
they
for them to
jump.
throw that ball over, and they're going to be. I think they're going to be batting down a lot of balls, hopefully. And then, like you said,
Taryn,
with Dee Ford coming off that edge.
You point that out. I was going to say, because while the quarterback's trying to see, he gets hit so hard while he's trying to look.
Exactly.
You got to get rid of the ball, son. Help you back up off the ground.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, I think this topic you have is good because I like it because, with 5 people in that line, even if the offensive puts a tight end on there, it's going to be hard because you can't double team both. You can't double team both Dee Ford or Buckner. You can't do that because I mean that's four of your blockers on 2 people. So I don't know. I don't think our defense is going to have somebody having 18 sacks or so. I think there's going to be sacks coming from all over.
Yeah, distribution.
I think you're going to have. Buckner had 12 last year. I don't think he has that many this year. I just don't have. I just have a feeling he won't, just because
10.
You got Dee Ford in there. You got Bosa. You got Blair. You got Kentavious Street. So it's going to be a lot of people. So we could end up with about 3 or 4 guys with double-digit sacks, to be honest.
Yeah, but nobody getting near, like you say, them Alden Smith numbers. I mean,
20 sacks a year.
I know. Alden had the Cowboys setting him up on all their plays, and it wasn't said until later, though, but it was true. Alden, I mean, Justin Smith was just scaring people, but you can hear him, man, he's in there growling and barking and biting, and man, they had everybody in there trying to stop him. Alden Smith just run around the side and grab him a quarterback. I tell you, man.
Yes, I won't take up too much of your time, and you got a lot of callers. But before I go, I think if there's 2 linemen who don't make this team, I'm going to go Sheldon Day and probably Julian Taylor. I think those 2 would be the odd men out.
Yeah, that makes sense because DJ Jones is not going anywhere.
I don't think so either.
Yeah,
you need that
he
big
looked
nose
good
tackle.
last year.
Yeah,
the little time they let him in. Yeah.
All right, Ronbo.
Hey,
good to hear you, man.
Always great to hear from you. All right, Phil.
Yes, sir. All right. You have a good
night.
evening. All right, bye-bye.
Yeah, Taryn brought up something, man. In fact, there's going to be that before the season, before they go to cuts, man. We're going to be making cuts, man. It's going to be hard. We'll see in preseason. It might not be so hard as to who's going to stay on this team. What if we get an all-out effort? Everybody on the defense just looks like lights out. And I can see that potentially happen because there's no real scrubs on that defensive line now. So, who stays? Hey, Skywalker.
Ronbo, thanks for taking my call, man. Thank you for letting the faithful have this voice. You're the voice of reason, man. Nobody out there has the foresight you do with this roster and how this office works, man.
I wouldn't go that far.
Speaking that truth. No, man, keep speaking the truth, man. Silence that noise, man. There's way too much noise out there.
There's gonna be more too. There's people who just don't believe in the team, and they still find ways to don't. If you're feeling good about the team, if you're energized, if you're all optimistic and you're a little too enthusiastic, there's always those guys that are on the other side of the coin, and they always find you. It's okay though. It makes for a fun debate sometimes. So yeah.
I know, but I need to get something off my chest, man.
Oh, get it off.
I want to fight that fight for you, man, and there's always going to be haters, but I'm tired of people calling in, jumping on this hype train, talking about how stacked this roster is and how we're going to go 10-6, making this playoff run, and some people even talking Super Bowl, and then the very next sentence out of their mouth is, if we don't win, then somebody's got to go. I mean, how are you going to get so excited about this roster when it's that same front office making these moves that's making you excited?
Right?
I mean, shut the hell up. I'm tired of hearing this. Some people even saying Shanahan's job might...
And no excuses.
Some people even saying Shanahan's job might be on the block. Man, you crazy?
No.
This guy is a genius, man. He's going to revolutionize this game. He's the second coming to Bill Walsh. That dude is a lock. He's not going anywhere. And then you got this hate on John Lynch, man. So much hate on this man. I mean, I don't think we've been humbled enough from where we've been and where we come from with Trent Baalke, man. I just don't get it. I mean, we're building.
Skywalker, that's what I'm talking about. Who would we get? Yeah, okay. So that group gets what they want. All right, John Lynch, you are fired. Kyle Shanahan, you are fired. Okay, I want to see those guys now. Okay, now what? What are you going to do now? Who are you bringing in?
It's just it's PTSD, man. These people are scared because where we've been, man, and they need to relax and they need to trust this front office, man. We came from the dirt and we rolled out with Brian Hoyer leading the helm on this thing, man. And then we got scrubs competing because of that culture we built last year in that locker room. And we finally made our first roster cut, a drafted roster cut because of talent last week. We finally did that, man. So that just tells you that this front office, they've got a plan, man. They're building the culture in that building, man. They're working together, man. They're aggressive in their behavior toward getting talent, man. There's no egos. They pump each other up. We haven't had that for how long?
I can't. You know what? It's not like Harbaugh was working with Trent. It was Trent and Harbaugh doing what he was told, which led to arguments and fights, and that affected the roster because McLuhan is the one who built that roster in the first place for Harbaugh, and then Trent Baalke tore it down. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how far we got to go back, Skywalker. Shoot, it must be when Mooch was running the team, maybe? Man.
Maybe. But hey, can I talk about this roster? Can I drop some knowledge on this roster real quick?
Please.
All right, man. How we get here, man, right? How we get here? There's three ways to get here. You got the draft. Both Kyle and John, they whiffed on that first one. But we got some good talent. We got Solomon T, who I think is going to be a beast this year. We got Akello, right? Who else do we get? We got Kittle. And don't forget about that trade we made with the Bears, man. That was criminal, right? Then we got the most freaking underrated draft pick you can think of with McGlinchey. Nobody ever talks about that dude, man. That was a sneaky-ass pick. And then we got Pettis. We got Warner. We got Bosa. We got Samuel. We got Hurd. We got Mitch the Wish, man. These are impact players. How can you not be happy with our draft? You're seeing them progress each year making their draft picks, man. They've got a plan. They've got a personnel that they're looking for. I mean, come on. And then what else we got? We got free agency. Everybody wants to complain about how much we overpay these players. Ain't nobody want to come to a shit team and have the state of California take 50% of their salary.
Yes.
Nobody wants 50% of their salary getting taken away in taxes from the state of California, man. We pay 4% more in taxes compared to the next state that has a franchise, and then we pay 14% more than the lowest state. That's a lot of money, man. When you're talking money, that's a lot of money. But if I'm an offensive-minded player, hell yeah, I'll come play with Shanahan.
Shanahan, yeah.
Look good, and he's going to set me up for that second contract.
If I ain't staying, exactly.
Who the hell's going to want to come play defense for us, man?
I know, right?
Our defense has been.
Le'Veon took less money to stay and play with the 49ers. Offered him. I understand the 49ers offered him more money, or we're planning on doing so, and he chose the Jets anyway. See, there you go.
Because we always have to overpay no matter what. It doesn't matter how good our team is. We're going to have to overpay no matter what because of where we live.
That's the way free agency works.
That's just the bottom line. And then defensively, man, look at who we got. There's one common denominator between these two high-profile free agents that we got, and Richard Sherman from Stanford and Quan Alexander from Tampa Bay, and that's John Lynch, man. He worked these relationships, and he got these players to come in. And I'm telling you right now, Quan picked number 56 for a reason. He told John Lynch, "Hey, man, don't worry, I'm gonna make that Reuben Foster name disappear. I'm gonna erase that mistake, man. He's gonna be gone."
Because Skywalker, how many times do we look up and see Reuben rolling around on the ground, timeout, and there he goes to the blue tent again? Reuben, I guess what we've seen happen to Reuben this year was going to happen with us at some point. You know what I'm saying? So, Reuben, His technique has got to change.
I know you converted your Ruben jersey to Quan
Everybody
Foster
does.
Alexander.
I'm gonna wear it shamelessly next year. You know what? I'm gonna turn around and show the alteration I made on the back. I'm gonna put a little tape on there and write down Quan! Exclamation point.
Hey, let me drop one more nugget for you, okay? Everybody's wondering about safety. Everyone's wondering why we didn't pursue a safety this offseason. But I'm telling you we did, man. I'm telling you we did. The only time you're going to hear anything about we do from this front office is either after the fact or if the other team lets it out of their own building, right?
Yep.
So there's an interview by Peter King that was with Thomas. No, Peter King, the writer, he interviewed Thomas after the signing with Baltimore, and he said there was a 1-year deal that he was going to sign worth $12 million, and then Baltimore came in with the big money. And Miako's always reported that the Niners were always interested in Thomas, but they never, not for the amount that Baltimore was going to pay.
Yeah.
And then you look at the Twitter feeds on the announcements of the signings, and Thomas got announced on March 13th at 9:30 a.m. and then our contingency plan, J-Dub, got tweeted that same day at 3:42 p.m. by Rappaport. So I'm convinced that we were that one team that offered him that $12 million deal, and
the Cowboys offered him
so secretive, man.
Something like that, a 1-year deal. See, he wanted multiple years, and wasn't nobody willing to give him no 2 and 3 years. And that was what the problem, I think, sticking point was, too. So, yeah.
And then the only other way we're going to get players is through the trade market, man. And these guys move quick, man. The perfect example, that OBJ trade, as soon as that fell through, instantly we went with Dee Ford coming right to us, man.
We got to go, but listen, let me ask you a question, though. Let me ask you about OBJ. OBJ is, I always thought people was picking on him by referring to him as a diva. That boy puts the D in diva. He ain't showing up at camp yet. He's the new team. What the hell are you doing? You could take off next year and do this and the year after that. But this is the first year we've been with these people. Why don't you want to go in there and bond with the white? It's a young quarterback. You know the playbook already? Somebody tried to defend him, said, he's a smart kid. He's good. Oh, BS. He's just being Odell Beckham Jr. I'm glad we didn't get him. I really am. I hate that. That sends a wrong message to the rest of the youngsters who come into the locker room. So when they get up, listen, Dante Pettis is watching that. He gets into next year, and maybe he has a great year this year. Next year, where's Dante? He ain't got in here yet. Well, he was here the last 2 years. What's up? Well, he had over, 1,500 yards last year, 10 touchdowns. He feels like he can take off the OTAs. Damn. I say, here we go. God,
yeah, man.
Come on, man. So that's what I'm saying. Anyway.
I hear you, man.
This guy
Hey, but instead of hating on Lynch, man, I want people to start yelling at Jed York not to fuck this up. So, Niner Empire, and don't fuck this up, Jed.
Just stay out the way. Jed was all in, though, on that OBJ deal. Jed was all up in there. I mean, Jed left his cabana and was parked up at headquarters watching. He wanted OBJ, too. So, he stays out of the way for the most part, though. All right. Hey, Skywalker fam, see you tomorrow, huh?
All right. See you, Ronbo. Niner Empire. Don't fuck it up, Jed. See you.
Yes. Oh, God. This is a fun offseason. Hey, 00, the man is licensed to kill. Boom, 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 boom. 007, we didn't change the name to 0049, you know?
I'm proud of that.
Yeah. What's up? Hey, 007 tonight. What I was trying to not do this year is not get too hyped up over what we got. But then here we are. It's June. I'm having trouble containing myself about that defensive line. We're going to get rid of some good players this year. And the players we got in place, and they got Kris Kocurek as a coach. 007, I'm thinking bloodshed out in that field on many a weekend. It ain't going to be the 49ers bleeding. Pow.
Yeah, I mean, that defensive line looks good. I mean, I'm kind of going the same way as you though this year. I'm kind of just trying to take it easy as far as trying to say this and that, just because.
Are you on speakerphone?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we're getting an echo in effect. Can I get you to come to the?
Okay, I got you.
All right. No, so this year I'm trying to take it easy with all that too. I'm really just taking it 1 month at a time. Just 1 month at a time.
Yeah.
Just, I usually start getting hyped up. I'm like, wait till training camp. That's when you start hearing. For instance, you could hear Deebo Samuel, like you hear like Matt Burrows or Matt Mayoko. They'll write an article and they'll say Deebo Samuel is uncoverable.
Even Grant
like, holy shit.
Even Grant Cohn is stopping the hate, and he starts saying good things about people. Then it's cooking. Man.
Yeah, that's usually when things start getting hyped up is during those training camps. That's when I usually start going, okay, this is about to happen,
Jay, you mentioned Deebo Samuel. Jimmy G was talking about Deebo last week.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
He looks good. I mean, I like him. He has some really good highlights like I've seen before. He's good. It's just I like a lot of receivers we have this year, so the offense is going to be just insane.
Make a cut, 007. Who's not going to make this team as far as wide receivers go? See, this is the $1 million question. Defensive line and wide receivers. Who's leaving? I mean, that is tough. And it's not.
Well, Kendrick. I heard someone say Kendrick Bourne was going to make the team. I don't think he's going to make the team. I think he's good too. I think he's good. I just think that he has. I don't see the upside with him. I think he's one of those like high floor guys, but the ceiling's not very high. So, and I don't think
I like that.
You know
I got to remember that
about?
one. He's got a high floor, but the ceiling's not that high. So,
yeah. No, he's a good player, but as far as when he fully develops, they never see him as becoming a special player. But the receivers, we're going to keep 6 receivers, and the receivers I think we're going to keep are going to be Deebo Samuel, Jalen Hurd, with Dante Pettis, Marquise Goodwin, Jordan Matthews, and then Trent Taylor. Everybody else is going to get ousted. Richie James and Trent Taylor are going to compete for that last spot. And Richie James is good, too. I like Richie James. He's a good return man, and he had a great college career. He's fast. He has hands. So it might be him or Trent Taylor. If Trent Taylor can show the coaching staff that he's over the back injury, he'll make the team. If the coaching staff still thinks he's the same after the back injury, yeah. His rookie season, he looked like a fucking beast.
Right. I mean, he was the best at that slant route. There was nobody in the NFL better. He converted on that every time. But then again, it was also he had Jimmy G. This is why I say people got to realize a lot of the offense slowing down or falling down last year was because Jimmy wasn't rolling it, But Nick Mullins does a good job. I like Nick as the backup, but still, these things matter. But
I remember watching Mullins, and Mullins, he's good, but people sleep sometimes. And I remember when Beathard first started, and he was like on a 3-game losing streak. He was playing really good, and then he got the Niners their first win that year.
True.
But he played like a veteran, man. This guy, he was making some good throws, and then this year when he played the Packers, he was like 30-33.
Not bad. He didn't lose that game, by the way. The defense lost that game, Greg Maben.
Yeah.
And we should have won that game. That would have been awesome. It would have done so much for him if they could have stayed in there and won that game. Things would be a lot different right now if it wasn't for Greg Maben and for C.J. Beathard. It really would.
If we would have won that game, we wouldn't have got Nick Bosa. That's crazy. We would have got what's his name? The defensive tackle, Quinn Williams.
And
he'd be on the team right now.
Yeah, man. Well, maybe. Not only that. Well, you know what? The 49ers are still going to need an edge rusher. Even if they didn't get Bosa, they're probably going to get the next best edge rusher. We only have 2 now, which is very scary still. when you don't have when you have two, you got to budget them. You got to be scared. Oh my God, let's not lose them both or one of them, please. So
I wonder. One player that I really want to hear about when training camp starts. I want to hear about Contavious Street because he was second round. Was he a second round pick? He was a second round pick.
Wasn't he?
No. Maybe he was a fourth round pick.
Fourth round.
He was a fourth round pick, but
I'm pretty sure he was fourth round.
He was a fourth round pick with a torn ACL.
Yeah,
so I was like, okay.
No, he was a
it's
second
like,
round
this guy
talent.
better be pretty fucking good. You know what I mean?
He was a second round talent no matter what. Contavious Street was one of the reasons why Bradley Chubb enjoyed the success he did anyway, because, teams had to try to stop Contavious coming through there like a truck, and Bradley just swept around the sides and did his job. So.
Well, that's one guy when you say he's one of these guys like that. How good is he?
You were breaking up there. We missed that.
I'm right now. Sometimes I get bad reception in here.
Okay, good. Okay, I can hear you now, though. Okay, try again.
All right, cool. All right, okay, sorry. Sometimes my kitchen just does that. It's weird. But, I want to see how good Contavious Street.
Yeah, everybody's curious. Can't imagine. But the dude is looking like Deforest Buckner calls him the baby Hulk. So
baby Hulk, really?
Yeah, that's what the Buckner calls him. The dude is huge. So we'll see. He's been doing nothing but training for the whole year. I'm not surprised. Also, look at him and Solomon Thomas been working out together. Thomas is looking like, whoa, God, these guys are ready.
I saw him the other day, actually. I was watching some OTA practice on YouTube, and I saw Solomon Thomas, and 2 minutes into it, I'm like, Solomon Thomas got bigger.
Yeah, he did. And it's not just bigness. I mean, them triceps look like they were just jumping off his arm. I'm talking cut with all that size. Solomon T is serious this year, man. I can't wait to see this battle royal.
Yeah. Solomon Thomas is definitely looking cut, man. Yep, you're right.
Oh. See, I'll see you tomorrow if you get some time, will you?
Yep.
All right, fam. Have a good night.
All right, you too. See you later.
Thanks. And Rico Suave. Hey, finally watching it not at work. Might try to call in for the first. Hey, Rico, get on in here, man. We're waiting on you. Lance Foy. Don't forget that we have already a good kicker and a punter. See, I'm just sort of saying, when you start thinking about how good one thing is, you don't even remember how good another thing is. We could possibly have the best kicker and punter in the game. I'm not afraid to say that about Mitch Wish. I already know Robbie is. So, makes sense as the 49 Empire faithfuls. Makes sense. And I am Demon 7. What up? Nice to see a fellow Niners fan. Hey, fam. You and me. And a lot of others. Make sense as the 49ers will be in the playoffs 2019. I believe it is. I'm just afraid the mouth can't say it yet. Don't let us get to week 8 or 9 and we're 9-1. Oh, other fans are not going to like Ronbo. Boy, you talk about looking for a license to talk crap. I just be waiting. Haven't had an opportunity in 4 or 5 years. Ooh. It's like it all built up. And also, Jeff Tan, Joe Woods sent like 15 players to the Pro Bowl. Yeah, no, Joe Woods is not going to be out there with his secondary. You're not going to see all that. I mean, God, man, how come, Jeff? How come they don't know what they're doing? And how come that play took place? It's like everybody knew they were going to do that. Come on, man. Hey, Lewis!
Hello?
Lewis, come on in, man.
Rombo?
Yeah, I'm right here.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. Yeah. Hey, Ronbo, how you doing?
Oh, Lewis, awesome, man. I mean, I'm counting the days. I can't wait to go to bed every night just so the next day can hurry up and get here and bring on at least, give me some preseason action. Do something. I'm like, the dude who smokes cigarettes, he can't stop. You stand in the corner because you don't want to smoke it. And it's just like he's like, oh my,
Right?
you needed it that bad? You know, so that's a football, same thing. It's crazy.
Well, yeah.
Can't wait to see this defense get loose. And I haven't. Well, the offense is supposed to be the dynamic team on the unit on this team, but I can't wait to see this D. Oh.
What? Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, Ronbo.
That's okay.
Yeah, I'm so excited too, Ronbo. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just elated. I think, like I said, I predict this. I mean, I predict this to be playoff contention throughout the whole entire year. So,
yeah, somebody already doing it.
I mean, I know I was one of the big advocates of complaining about safety and DB help, but I think with all that defensive line, with the stacked defensive line, I think we're gonna have people looking like Pro Bowlers out there. I mean, I know you were talking about how you believed in Witherspoon. It was starting to gradually, his skills were starting to gradually increase as the end of the season winding up. But, I still think he's, not that good.
He's got a ways to go. He has. I will not say that he's fully arrived, but you can see he's progressing. Right. He's not as bad as he was before.
Yeah. Right, but I mean, you might have him looking like a Pro Bowl. That's how fast Bosa, Dee Ford, and Buckner are going to get to that guy. So,
he even said it in his press conference. It makes a difference when I don't have to sit there and I can't do the things I would do if that quarterback's going to get that ball out quickly. And it does.
Ronbo, I'm telling you, Kareem Jack, nobody even knew who this kid was, and now all of a sudden they're talking about he's one of the best strong safeties in the league right now, and it's just like. I mean, it's easier when you have Khalil Mack, who else? I forgot, Leonard Floyd rushing. Like when you have good pass rushers to help relieve some of that stress. Oh yeah. And I've always talked about it. It's all about the jumping and timing of routes because now you don't have to sit on everything. And if you know the pressure's coming, and they've been Sherman's getting increased by a lot. I can tell you that right now because. Sherman's going to be back at 100%, but also, too, he's going to be like, well, damn, I don't got to cover anybody. I don't got to worry about getting burnt because now I can just jump route because I know the pass rush is always going to be there for me.
That's right.
I think that, we're going to see a lot. We're going to start seeing a lot of turnovers. I wouldn't be surprised if we're at least top 10 or even top 5, I want to say, in the league in turnovers this year because I'm telling you, just when you rattle somebody and you completely keep hitting them, oh, man. Like, I think
it gets to them. Yeah.
Right. And even if Bosa's not even if Bosa Bosa was the most pure polished, I think that's why he was the safest draft pick because everybody knew his floor already, right? His floor could be his brother or he could even excel over his floor. And I think Williams was the same. Quentin Williams was the same. Mm-hmm. They had really high floors already. So even if they weren't bad, they would still be like, well, you still be a decent starter or maybe make a couple Pro Bowls in your career. Mm-hmm. But my thing is even if we get 10 from Bosa or even 8 from Bosa, and you contribute 8 or 10 from Dee Ford, and at least you could get 7 or 9 from Buckner, because they're all going to start to share the sacks, and you're going to start getting it's going to throw off the numbers a lot, Ronbo, because if you're going to have Bosa gets there, but then Buckner gets right after, so that's like half a sack, you know what I mean? So you're going to they're going to be splitting them, but. If you get contributions from that, and then the defensive line, the depth that we have on our roster from defensive line, man, I'm telling you, man, you're looking at,
it's grisly. It's grisly.
It is grisly, man. That's perfect. It's just a bunch of what is it, Dave Gettleman, like hog mollies? You just got a bunch of them. And what I like too is a lot of the best D lines, like. Last year, Kansas City led Pro Football Focus in a bunch of pass rushing statistics. Yeah. But the thing is they didn't have like the best interior. I mean, they had Chris Jones, but you kind of swap with Dee Ford. But man, we got Dee Ford, you got Bosa, and you got Buckner. So it's kind of like pick your poison. Like I've always been saying, like pick your poison, man. It's just like, well, it's just, the left tackle is going to be like, well, damn, I got to cover Dee Ford. I mean, he's over here beating me. And the guards were like, well, I got to help you. But then I got Buckner rushing me down the middle. He's splitting the B gap. I mean, it's just like, well, I mean, guys, what do you want to do? Which way you want to lose? So I think, I don't know. I think we're in prime shape to make a decent run or a good run this year. I don't.
Because teams are not.
I don't. I mean, I know
you
know. Right, they're not, and you know what everybody says, like, oh, don't believe the hype. But I mean, I really do feel like you can believe the hype. Like I said, we weren't. It wasn't bad. You know, we weren't bad or anything like that. It's not like we were like terrible. We had injuries, and especially when losing a starting quarterback.
Yeah,
it's just,
see,
you know what I mean, Ronbo? It's
that
not,
affects the team.
How does anybody want to win when you lose your starting quarterback and your starting running back? Like it's just,
and then you lose. As far as the run goes, now Reuben Foster, who played an integral part in that defense, all of a sudden he loses his mind. He's gone, and they're having the 49ers were in patch up all year long.
Exactly, Ronbo. I mean, and it's been I mean, just the drama circulating around the team. It was just kind of like the environment. But I feel like Kyle Shanahan has readdressed the locker room. He's taken control. You know what I mean? He all the distractions are kind of gone from the locker room, and I think they could just focus on football this year. And to another point, what the last caller was talking about, Solomon Thomas, Ronbo, I'm really thinking I think this will bode well for the Niners. I think we could probably see like a 7 to 8 sack season from Solomon Thomas.
Oh, everybody be so delighted.
Finally put that thing. I mean, I understand. Like, a caller like about a month or two ago was talking about the tragic incident with the sister and everything like that. Yeah. But how it was hard for him to come over that, and that's your sibling. So it took some time, but I think now he's moving forward. He's starting charity events, and his family's doing campaigns for distinctly stuff like that. But I think he's back in football now. And he's ready to go.
Like you say, those programs are probably making him feel he's still involved with his sister, like she's right there with him, and he's getting it done. And now he can go ahead and focus on his life as well. And that's what his sister would want.
Right, absolutely.
So he's got to be thinking that way.
Exactly. Absolutely, Ronbo. And I think like you said, you can see him. He's looking swoller. He's looking bigger. And like I said, I think the struggles that he was having. At the end of the day, I think if you could look at it as a positive, because what if he flashes, right? If he flashes decent numbers, then it's just like, okay, well, we got to see you do it at consistent, Solomon, and he gets it consistent. And maybe you could get him for a low-end contract. Maybe he'll re-sign for like a 2-3 year deal for a little bit, and then he proves it to us like, yo, I'm that number 1 draft pick that you guys took, a couple years back. Yeah. Trust me, I'm here now. I have arrived. Well, and then now you're like, okay, well, now we can give you a bulk contract.
Well, they're going to pick up his 5th-year option. That's the 49ers' way. They like they did with Bosa. I mean, with the Buckner. He's like, we're going to pick up that 5th-year option, give us a little time to work with you, and they'll do it with all the first-round picks. So, especially when you're that high on the first round. So, but I hope he does.
Definitely.
And I hope he does push that need for more money, big bucks.
Big bucks, yeah. But I hope like they can show like, man, you haven't really been consistent. So let's sign like a 2-3 year deal and be like, let us see the consistency from you real quick, Solomon. And once we see that, then obviously we can give you that lump sum that you that you need and that you wanted and that you deserved.
Yes. So and all you've been through and all that pain and suffering and the route you took to get here was painful. Road was paved with pain.
And painful, yeah. And I know you've always been a supporter and you've always been backing Solomon Thomas. That's what I think. You're like the best Niner fan, because it's like no matter me, other the guys from the team or whatever, we're so easy to call out bull, and we're like, yo, you're off the team, and you're like, hey now, come on now, let's give these guys a break,
I've noticed that.
You're like the guardian of all the Niners, man.
The weakling laying on the side, everybody's just throwing a stone and down on him. I'd be saying, laying my body in front. Like, damn it, don't hit him. Leave him alone.
Don't hit him. So, but I think we see huge promise in Solomon Thomas, and I think it's time that he's arrived. So. I'm excited, Ronbo. Like, I've never been. I can't wait. I'm just waiting for August, man. I'm just waiting for August, man. I'm really just counting down the days. Like, damn, it's barely in June now.
Louis, you can have plenty of barbecues between now and then. It's getting ready to get hot.
Oh, absolutely.
Louis, we gotta go though, fam.
I even oh yeah, no problem, Ronbo. But I'm just saying. I even told my wife like this year we're gonna go to at least 4 games, at least 4 home games.
There you go.
We're gonna have to enjoy.
But don't do like Big Show. You got to sit on the visitor's side. Where it's a little shaded. I mean, Big Show ain't been right since he went to that game. He's still talking crazy, man. His son killed him.
All right, Ronbo. I'll see you later. Tomorrow, Monday Night Raw?
Yeah, be back.
All right, I'll be there. All
right, looking for you.
Take it easy.
You too. Night, Lewis. Anytime I can take a shot at Big Show, I got to do it, right? Big Show has not been right since sitting out in the sun. He came out instead of Big Show, he came out a big piece of bacon fried. Hey, Sheik!
Ronbo!
Oh!
What's up, man? What's going on, man?
I'm in here roasted. Roasted Big Show like I like to do. Where is Show? Sheik, I'm delighted to see you, though, fam. What's going on, man?
I'm here. Well, I was going to say shout out to the Dubs. Come back. Taking out the supposedly the North. So shout out to the Dubs. And I just wanted to say something, Ronbo.
I told
people the people that love the SF San Francisco, and people get confused. Oh, they play in Oakland. Like Golden State, for example.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to hate on certain teams, if you hate the Raiders, if you hate the Oakland A's, if you hate people that play in Oakland, that's fine, because I hate the Raiders. I can't stand the Raiders. But do not hate on the Warriors. And I'm pointing at you. I'm not going to say your name. But
the person you're talking to knows you're talking to him. And Sheik, they're moving to San Francisco soon, so
Yeah.
So you can't hate on them because they're in
they're
Oakland.
called Golden State for a reason. They're not called Oakland. But the thing is, you do not say, "Oh, I hope the Raiders beat us because I want Bosa." No, you do not. It's the last battle of the Bay game, and you do not be saying that and playing against. We hate the Raiders. There's no fan that should like the Raiders are beating against us. I don't care if it's freaking God that's going to be available. You do not.
Gosh.
It's the Raiders.
Between the Giants and the A's, who's your guys?
I'm a Giants man. I'm a San Francisco blood man. I like the the Giants. I love obviously my Niners.
Well, yeah.
Basketball, I'm always.
In fact, what do you think about this defensive line? Is it too soon to get too excited about a defensive line? Quite frankly, Sheik, I don't see any weaknesses on that defensive line right now. I was trying to contain myself. Wait a minute. Let's see what they look like. Blah, blah, blah. And I keep telling myself, shh, man, ain't nobody going to stop that defensive line. Look at that defensive line. They have the ultimate combination. They've got extreme force coming from the outside and push up the middle. I'm talking about they've got 3 potential Pro Bowlers running the outside and the middle. That's what every team in the league wants. We got it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get excited. I ain't gonna wait. I'm worried about saying we're going to the Super Bowl, but the playoffs, I'm buying that.
And the thing is, Ronbo, we haven't had for a while is Beth. And I know you're one of the guys that like Ronald Blair, and he's a good, but he's good to come in when it's needed. But he is not a starter. People said he should be a starter. No, he's a like a rotate kind of guy. You come like a bench player coming in.
But just make sure he gets plenty of snaps.
That's the kind of roles that we need to do.
Just make sure he gets plenty of snaps. He doesn't need to start. That's fine. But make sure he gets in a good percentage of the game. That's all. He always makes a play, Sheik. You notice that?
Yeah.
If he's in the game, everybody knows Ronald Blair's in the game. He's not a guy that comes out there and you don't know he's out there. He's always involved. He narrowly misses, and when he doesn't miss, he makes the hit. How many sacks did he get last year? He got a couple and played a limited amount of time. I think he came in, week 8? I said, this guy, man.
Yeah, he could put it in in basketball terms. He's like the sixth man. He's shout out to Iggy doing his thing in the Warriors, by the way. The Blair is kind of similar to the situation. He could come in. Yes, he comes in and cleans stuff up, and then he helps the team. That's what it is. So they're both good defenders. But the thing is, Ronbo, we haven't had that for a while, and I think everybody, you could be a Niner fan or not, injuries is a key in this. If you're healthy, for the love of God, be healthy in this team. Yes. That is our Achilles heel, man.
That's the main thing. Stay on the field, and it'll be tough to beat that team. That defense is just scintillating. and then you got that crazy coach.
Yeah.
That's going to take them to the next level. So there's no telling what we're going to see from that defense. I can't imagine. And that's why I'm not worried about the secondary this year, because the quarterback's going to be in a lot of trouble. And like our guys were saying, our secondary guys were saying in the presser, there's a lot of things I can do differently if the quarterback doesn't have all day to throw. I've always said that. I said, look at the secondary we had when Harbaugh was here with that doomsday defense he had. We had guys back then that would have got fried, burnt on this team right now, playing in the secondary back then. But when they were playing with Harbaugh and Fangio, those guys were Pro Bowlers. So, that's the difference.
And then now you have these new defensive guys coming in, the coaches, Kris Kocurek, James Woods, and, in helping out Saleh and these, blitz and, all this opening that these defensive ends and defensive tackles going to give to have these linebackers and these blitz or the box safeties coming in and taking the blitz is going to be awesome. You're going to see a lot of different rotation of defensive schemes that we're going to have, and it's going to be exciting because the 49ers, we finally have our defense. But the thing is, Ronbo, I am going to always back my 49ers 100%, but the thing is that I'm going to ask you as well in the chat, what position do you think the 49ers is lacking of? Myself, I think safeties, both safeties, and the guard position. Because Mike Person, he's there. He did well. But we have to think about who's the guy that is going to be. Is he going to be the guy? That's the question.
It's a fair question.
Do you think Mike Person is going to be the guy?
Yeah. So, Chad, you can jump on that. Let me just address that real quickly, because I got to tell you, I have a feeling that the 49ers have already announced, just like they did last year with Tomlinson, we are not picking up Laken Tomlinson's contract. We are not picking up Joshua Garnett's contract. Let these guys know, going into camp, if you come in here half-stepping, you will be saying goodnight. So this is going to be interesting to see what happens with Joshua Garnett.
Yeah, I'm curious about that.
Does he want to stay in the Bay Area? Josh, what are you going to do? You got more talent than Persons. Well, Jesus Christ, would you come and show it, please? And last year we got a little bit. If, you can avoid little breaking toes and strange things like that, I think we may have something in Joshua Garnett. I'm trying to remain calm on that because I don't know what he's going to do or how that's affecting his mind, but he needs to step it up and stop clowning around.
That's the problem. The thing is, Ronbo, we had to trim the fat. The thing is that happening. I like Joshua Garnett, but just the injury is constantly coming up on these certain plays. Hospital Warriors, for example, as well. They're coming in and they have all this hype and then they fail. And it's like
trade it up to get him.
We need to trade it up to get him. He was a first-round pick. Oh, man. We got other guys. We got Alshon Jeffrey if we could have picked over Jimmy Ward. But it's fine. It is what it is. It's bulky for you.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I hope these camp bodies and free safeties and guards positions, they figure it out and come in. And Scully, for example, hopefully he pans out and helps us out because he haven't given up a sack. So, anyways, Ronbo, I know you have doing your thing and it's Sunday and you want to close shop soon. But now shout out to Iggy once again. He's a 49er. He's a 49er fan. Getting that win today and the Go Warriors, Go Dubs. And faithful! Hit that like for Ronbo Sports. Never try to say the Raiders got to beat us. No.
You ran into somebody that really made you mad today, didn't they? Talking about the Raiders. The Raiders are leaving, and they will leave not being able to say, that's all right, when we left the Kings of the Bay. They was going to probably bother us for the rest of our natural lives. As soon as they got to Vegas, because they ain't never got to play us and talk about who's the King of the Bay. Well, they got to leave with an ass whooping, and that's all I need.
And I'll give you a hint it's in your bunch of Jimmy Ward's bunch. He's one of your guys. That's why you know.
Well, J-Dub bunch? Who?
Joey Mahoney.
Don't
You're
mess up
not
play.
picking the Raiders over the Niners. Don't
No,
do it.
he didn't. Don't tell me this. No. Okay, I'll have a talk. I'll have a talk
He's
with him.
complaining, Rombo.
No. I got it. Joey, you got to come in and launch a defense on this. Please tell me Sheik's kidding. Sheik, I'll see you tomorrow, though.
All right, brother.
All right, Phil. Have a good night. My God. And there's there he is. Big Show says, I came out a Red Lobster, never sit on the visitor side or leave. Hey, Show, I thought you said you were sitting. I thought you said all the shade was on the visitor side. Wait, no, he did say he was on the visitor side, and they designed the place so the visitors be out in the heat. Boy, that's cold. Show, thanks for the contribution, too. My bad. Smith, that says T-Moore 624.32 in the 40, played free safety in college. He was actually rated number 2 in the nation, by the way, Smith. I don't know. And what happened to him that nobody knew about him in the draft except for the 49ers? There's a very strange mystique surrounding him. 6'2", 4'3", 40. I don't even think he went to the combine. Chris Barker says nobody has mentioned the underrated. Again, I forgot all about Cedric Thornton. Now, he's going to have trouble making a stand because he's a little older, but we'll see. Go on, man. It's go on. Cedric Jones says shout out to Mike Person, who, in my opinion, played outstanding last year. I mean, really, though, who remembers Person escorting Brady to the end zone against Detroit and against Tampa? I have already gone on record saying, Josh Garnett may be more talented somehow, but when it comes to heart, Mike Person, they couldn't keep him out. Mike Person was hurt in week 1. I mean, I remember you're hearing stories all week long because, remember they had Mike Person had to come out of the game and they had to put McGlinchey at a guard. I forgot who they put the other side. But anyway, this dude made him. He would not take no for an answer. He was playing week 2, and he would not accept anything else. So Person, man, he's that kind of guy you see. And everybody's play with these guys. Fingers like jerked all the way. All right, let's go. What? Dude, get some treatment. Let's go. Okay. Gar says, well, Josh Garnett was taking plays off because of an out-of-place eye contact lens. Mike Person was playing through a sprained ankle and playing well. I ain't got number love for you know what? I hope Mike Person's, he can stay with this team as long as he wants to. I agree, go hard. I like a lot of heart, and he's got it. Taryn Lewis says, I would have brought in Morris Claiborne over Dante Johnson for a camp body, though. Morris Claiborne's out there somewhere? See, these are the guys, Trey Boston, Morris Claiborne. I didn't know Morris Claiborne was available. How are these guys not being able to get a job? I don't get it. Fam, I'm going to go ahead and kick back, and I'm going to see if I can get a replay on that Warrior game. And I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to look for you tomorrow. Monday Night Raw is on. Tell you that right now. Please, fam, don't forget to like before you leave. There's a like before you leave. I kind of like that. See you tomorrow. Niners!